No need to delay it. It's Schmuel Buckman, and it's a Thursday night. What's going on, gang? And turn that off, and here we are. It's Thursday, and God, I thank you guys. I turned on the computer to stream, and there's already like a boatload of comments, and comics because you're all very funny. And I've got my protein drink for opinion, and we're ready to rock and roll. So, Lady KB, very funny. I wish I was sitting here. Uh, Tio Hank, can we get a longer countdown? Um, I think the longest I've done is 25 minutes, but it is what it is. And wait, we're going up against Stancil? I don't know if I can do that. Um, I don't care about anybody's daughter. Um, Stephen Bravo. Hey, Stephen. And Sam Bibley. Oh, okay. All of a sudden, no one likes countdowns anymore. I like them because it gives me time to get my shit together, whether I'm watching or whether I'm streaming. Um, the Mutante. Fag Max is finished. Sadly, he's sinking the MLC ship. Also, I'll get into that in a minute. Schmiller should grab a bowl of soup and slurp it down during the countdown, eat crackers, etc. Actually, to tell you the truth, I was eating beans and I was slamming them down. I'm keying out on part of my camera. We'll fix that in a little bit. Um, Jimmy I, the Schmuel would fit in for the demographics of Content House. I'm probably older than most of those people. And to be perfectly honest, um, the whole notion of strippers and OnlyFans chicks, shit like that, um, I, I was too old for that a long time ago. That was an unopened bottle of Sprite crashing to the ground. Um, Lady KB is here. We love Lady KB. And it is a great looking countdown. Yeah, it's the one that comes with Evmux. Guru One, R.I.P. I can't even see what that is. And Cigarette Jones is the bestest, and the Mutante agrees. Um, yes, as we guide you through tonight, I really don't know who's coming on or is not, um, but I have some stuff lined up. And truth be told, since I'm boring without co-hosts, I might be able to get to bed at a reasonable time. And I'm gonna. Lady KB asks a question: who cares? Porn is free. Um, very, very true. But these guys, they think they have a relationship with these people. So there we go. I don't know why I'm doing that. Just go back here real quick. That's my virtual background. So let's just see if we go max screen. That's not helping me. This is what's missing. And I don't know. I'll get there. I'll get there. Is it, unless it's so totally distracting that I need to address it right away. And Jesus Christ. Jesus. They're crapped out. What the hell happened here? Dee 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 dee. Ah, my whole system shut down for a second. Um, Chris Mack can we please get a stream or two without the transsexual uh, panhandler? No, he does have a link. I don't know if he's coming on, but we'll see. Um, and watching porn is gay. Watching gay porn is even gayer. But yeah, the whole OnlyFans thing works because these guys like they totally think they're in a relationship. Like, oh, she loves me. She'll stick her finger in her ass for $30 or whatever it is. So, not that I know that. Um, in any event, talking to some very cool people today. Mostly it was work related, but did get in a couple of Dabbleverse things. I'm gonna oh, Dick Fitzwell. KB loves gay porn. I don't know, maybe I should read these before I post them. And it's really funny because half the time I will get, you should read them before you post them. And then the other half the time I get, why doesn't he read anything before he posts it? So if you think this shit is planned, how I do this, it is. And then every time I go on stream, the plan goes right out the window. So there we go. So does Karmic X at Dick Fitzwell? I don't know. Karmic, I am so I'm kind of done with Karmic, and to be honest, the best coverage right now, and I know Panhandler will say I'm ball washing, but the best Karmic coverage right now. Let's see what we're doing there. That was cool. I did that with my feet. So now I have the microphone that's hanging in the air, but the rest of me is viewable. Pat Dixon is doing the best Karmic coverage there is right now, and Pat Dixon is very insightful towards people, and I get it. I get it. I mean, he did date Felicia, but I think we knew that was before we knew what was going on. And the one thing I know about my friend Pat is he likes interesting women, and whatever interesting is your term, what means to you. But to me, I don't know. I've dated some people that I really wish I hadn't anyway. And let's just see. Very funny. One of our potential guests, co-hosts, just texted me. All right, so I gotta wipe my nose, and the pollen count must be high because I'm running with that. Let's rock and roll right in here. It's Content House time, and there's 48 people watching. I can't believe you're all not up at the mold-filled Villa Roma. And LOL, Ron from Mad TV. Go look it up. Dick Fitzwell, Mad TV. How old are you? And let's get down here. Seems low, but I don't know. All right. So where are we? We are. It's Thursday, and if anybody is interested in what we're going to talk about, I'll give you, I don't know, 10, 11 minutes to get set. But I'm going to go over the beloved chatter post from the other day, and I just quote tweeted it and retweeted it to give you guys so you'll know what it is. Because when I put it up on screen on text, it looks like crap. And I tried that, and I don't think you'd be able to read it if I put it on screen. But you know, that's That's the way it is. And thank you all for being here. I can't tell you how honored I am that 50 people watch this, let alone um, anybody. And it's probably, I think, for my money, it's the coolest chat that we've got. And the fact that we're actually able to do it is pretty cool. And we do get a lot, and I'm alone doing this. So if I miss it, I apologize. It's not intentional. Um, and there's always, if you've got something you really want to make sure it's covered, it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, supertip.gg/Buckman. And I've said this before, but I set them at the lowest prices available. And because it's more about getting the chats than the money. I mean, the money would be nice, but you know, I'd like you to be able to do it. Frank, I often find your opinions not in agreement with mine. But on this one, I think that calling Karmic legitimately funny, I think you might be standing somewhere alone. Sig asks, did you see Pat got $1,000 super tip? I did. I actually think he got two, but I thought what was hilarious was what little bit of Brennan I heard today was him shitting on Pat because Pat got $1,000. It's like, oh, life-changing money. What kind of a fucking loser is this? And I'm laughing because you know that he's jealous. And I don't know who put it up today, but somebody did put up a super tip link for MLC, but MLC is not on super tip, so I thought it was pretty funny. Stephen Bravo, Team Pat. And Stephen, you know, you don't have to pick a team, right? Like that's my thing. Like you can like more um, than one person. And admittedly, I think Kevin is a very funny guy, but he lost me. I just the constant crapping on people and purposely having shitty guests. I don't know. It loses me. And I will say I I do enjoy though every now and then his Saturday night streams, which I do at the same time as him because I wanted to stick it to him. Yeah, Pizia. Didn't he get two $1,000 super tips? Yes, I think he did. I think I just said that. And yeah, Cigarette Jones, that could buy a lot of cigarettes. It certainly can. And what do you call it? And in Tennessee, I'll bet you can buy even more than most places. But good for him. He deserves it. He's been out for a long time. Noga, confession time. What do you want to confess, Noga? We'd all love to hear it. And you know, Noga, I understand that you're a good egg, but I am laughing that you broke my balls. That you wanted the link, you wanted the link, you wanted the link. I send you the link, we schedule it, and you no showed. Boo! Not good, not good. Um, Booger Sugar Schmuel. Uh, yeah, I saw Sarah posted a picture of that. Let me see if I can get it over off my phone over into Evmux. I'll put it up. We don't want to spend an inordinate amount of time on what's his name, that guy, on Karmic. But yeah, I mean, he is kind of the topic of the day, and he is kind of a weird fuck, so it's pretty interesting. But I didn't. It didn't escape my notice that the minute he got back and he was in the wilds of Minnesota, far away from everyone, he's threatening to kick everyone's ass, and just such a pussy. Um, and look, I'm an old man. I don't do physical violence with anybody, but you know, um, he is kind of the one guy that I think um, I would. Nah, I wouldn't. Who am I kidding? I'd never fight the fucking guy, but um, I wouldn't back down to him, and I can't imagine. I think it's going to be very much like a guy like Chad. Talks tons and tons of shit, and then when you meet them in person, they're like the nicest. They're so sweet, so nice, and then they 5 minutes later they're back on the internet shitting on you. Cigarette Jones, Dave. Dave is uh, originally scheduled to co-host tonight, but he got laid off from work, so he's really bummed about that. And he, what do you call it? He's also got some shit going on at home, so which I don't really want to get into. All right, I'm skipping down because I was like 7 minutes behind. Um, all right, let's go with let's do a couple of minutes of question time before I get into this thing. Oh, Noga, I'm headed over to Content House. uh, yeah, this would be a one horse story that we could actually have Ashley here for. Um, but there you go. Stealth Chaos. That was a stretch, but it definitely worked. I'll give you that. All right, and Rob Saul or Schmuel. I would never fight Rob Saul. I would never get in a physical altercation with Rob. Um, and now he claims to want to be in one with me, but the only result would be him swinging at me and me standing there and taking it. I would not give him the satisfaction. Fuck that. I'd rather take my beating and deal with it after. Um, Schmiel, you're like the third, fourth guy that wants to fight Karmic. Look, Affy, it's obvious, right? It's everybody wants to fight the guy that you know is not going to fight. And Guru One, Dave's not here. Guru One, growing up, we had comedy albums, and I can't tell you how many times I listened to Cheech and Chong with Dave's not here. I love that shit. And the Era of Sarah. Sorry, yeah, it's cool. And I'd like to see Dave have his resurrection. Um, we give Dave a hard time for a lot of shit, but knowing him as well as I do, he devotes an inordinate amount of time to taking care of his family, and he's always there for them. And it's something he doesn't have to do. He could have just fucked off, but he didn't, and so there we go. Um, Dixon is better friends with Rob Saul than you are. Well, I'm not Rob Saul's friend, and you know, Pat's allowed to like who he likes. Uh, I don't really care about who people like or who they don't like. Mr. Blue Sky, hola, Mr. Blue Sky, you're on my mind today. Um, I need to. Mr. Blue Sky has offered to do some producing, and I really need it. So I'm going to. I got to get in touch with him. But every day I think I'm going to have time, and I don't. And then I know he's in the middle. He's in Northern Europe, so there's a major time difference. Um, Cigarette Jones, Rob would try to eat you. Um, I don't know. It looks like he's eating everything else. That's for sure. And I don't know if he's a beer drinker, but man, beer and food will make you fat. I mean, look at Stuttering John. I'm gonna bet the guy barely eats, and he's huge, and that's all beer. It's like all beer related. It's just carb after carb after carb in that. All right, guys, let's see if we can pull this up. Um, I'm also setting up some new shit um, in my house for work. We've got a new network thing going on and some new computers, so I've been involved in that. And let me tell you, I've had Verizon for years for Fios, and it's been great. They upgraded me, and every 10 minutes, it's a phone call from my wife that it's dropped. It's dropped. Um, Too bad, Schmuel, because I was going to challenge you to a fight. Thank you, Mr. Blue Sky. I'll fight a guy that's over in Northern Europe. As long as we never get together, I'll threaten you all day long. I'll do the karmic. Um, I think karmic is the kind of hothead to get into a regrettable fight. I disagree. I think he's only a hothead when he's alone, sitting in the double wide on the parents' land. And Chris, I'll put that up for the hell of it. You guys follow the Olympics? No. Well, I don't, not now. I'm not a big Summer Olympics fan, although I did enjoy the break dancing. That was my favorite because I really thought the chick from Australia really trolled the entire universe for having included that. Um, all right, Dick Fitzwell. I respect Dave. I should put them up before I read them, right? I respect Dave for taking care of his family. Yeah. It's it, look, man. It's a lot. Um, it's a lot, and he, you know, different, different people do different things, and like, um, I've personally been through this situation where um, my oldest sister really took care of and was there for my mom the entire time. Now, my mom died suddenly. She was in her early 70s. Um, but my mom took care of my sister, say post death, if you know what I mean. And my bro, who hadn't talked to her in 8 or 10 years, was then all pissed off because she got taken care of, and he was, it wasn't fair. And I'm like, you made that choice uh, a long time ago. So there we go. And the mom passed away on the day that Barack Obama was inaugurated. And 6 months after that, my brother stopped talking to me and hasn't talked to me since. So there you go. Because no good deed goes unpunished. So I'm trying to figure out how to put up this picture without also doxing myself. Um, so that would be cool. But let's just see. Yeah, let's see what Evmux allows me to do here. See, what's going to happen is I'm going to wind up, I don't know, what the hell's the guy's name? Uh, Eichner, I think. Not Adolf or Adam, whatever. But uh, he's a reporter, and that's the guy that had tentacle porn. There's a word for tentacle porn. I don't know what it is, but he had the tentacle porn. So he put up a photo to screen share, and across the top, you had all these tentacle porn. Hentai? Is that it? I don't know. He had all the tentacle porn shit going over there. Um, my dad had a health setback recently, and I've helped him out recently. Uh, the time is its own, I'm going to say you're trying to say it is its own reward. Um, yeah, the thing with a guy like Dave though is that it's going to go on for years, and that's the way it is. And hentai, right? Okay, good. I had it spelled with a Y, and Chris Mack says that isn't very nice. So I don't know what you did there, final boss. But yeah. Well, the funny part about the reporter is he's got epilepsy, and because of the hentai shit, and he's kind of an asshole. So with the hentai shit, um, people were sending him images and stuff. So he says he's got epilepsy. He's filing police reports claiming that he was being terrorized, that these people were trying to physically hurt him by sending him the pictures and images and shit. And apparently, because he's in Texas, which is something I never knew, because he's in Texas, there were a couple of people in Texas that were prosecuted because I guess Texas has some law against the internet, like harassment or something. So, all right, let's see, guys. Let's see if this works. Man, there we go. Let's get all the dirty stuff off the bottom. Share a screen. This, I'm going to assume, is a Dave Sarah original. And if we remember, Dave was also the guy who busted Mr. Kill because he recognized Ashley's kitchen. So let's put this in the scene. Let us make it full screen, and boom. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. I don't think I can. But what we're looking at there is Karmic's desk during this stream. And our pal Dave, as internet investigator and familiar with certain things of this type, wondered what those were. So maybe, just maybe, those aren't all smoke breaks and shit, if you all know what I mean. But it makes total sense because it's like he goes off, he starts to come down, and then he's raging. But I'll leave the analysis of that for others. But the guy, look, he continually goes after me, so why not? And the ballless bastard, as I've said a million times, has blocked me from everything. He's blocked me in his chat. He's blocked me on Twitter. I'm basically blocked. And he was complaining the other day about Brennan had me on and let me talk, but wouldn't let him talk, which is total bullshit. He just didn't say anything. So fucking Brennan threw him in the back room, which was kind of hilarious. I enjoyed that one. All right, let's do put up Chris Mack. Well, in that case, add Carlos Danger still symmetrical. At least I imagine so. I talked to Carlos earlier today. Well, we chatted back and forth. I happen to. I'm a big Carl. Oh, look at that. Schmuel, take some acid. Read the Bordentown, New Jersey charter. I could do that. And the worst part is I'd probably enjoy it. So there we go. And as I was trying to say earlier and interrupted myself, when I went into Mr. Blue Sky, our mod, our the best one in the business, Mr. Cigarette Jones, is handling things in the chat. And I'm going to ask if you super tip, because I'm an idiot, if you want to make just put something in the chat that you super titted. My friend Cigarette will make sure that I don't ignore it. And let's see. Did you hear Stuttering John today that he had a Bayliner? Those are the cheapest boats ever. The only thing I know about Bayliner is when I was a kid, maybe? I don't know. At some point, like on TV, they used to run the same commercial all the time with like the family waving as they were going away from the dock, looking like they were having giant amounts of fun. Let's see here. Let's pull this shit down. And um, I guess the good news is um, I used to be super duper nervous when I was alone, and I'm not nervous. I just stink. So, but I'm gonna guess you guys will understand that. So there we go. All right, let's do but John says a lot of things, and very, very few of them are believable. And what makes John interesting is not only his level of bullshit, but his level of commitment to it. And since he's drunk half the time, he doesn't remember what he said. And holy shit. And those are table scratches. I don't know. They don't look like table scratches to me. So there we go. All right. I'm gonna go here and look. Could be scratch marks from cats. Cats don't scratch the center of a table. They scratch the edge. And they also don't make lines that look like that. The only reason why I wouldn't think it would be nose candy or whatever the approved word is, term, um, is I remember I'd be licking that shit up. And stop with the Ashley's horse. All right. So this is Jimmy. I'm going to put this up. This is my. I'm going to share my personal opinion about this. Right. Um, I like Ashley. I think Ashley's a good egg. I think she gets mistreated um, by a lot of people, and I think she's just trying. But she didn't have a choice as to who her sister was, right? And I don't know if we think we're owning her by constantly bringing it up, or the constant talking about it, or trying to make fun of her. But I'm sure on a much smaller scale, most of us are not the number one person in their family, right? So um, maybe there's a bit of doing to her what you feel like has been done to you for a long time. And Ashley is asking Chris Macker, there are two final bosses. Um, yeah, and final boss. Oh, I guess this is the final boss as opposed to the other final boss. And this is from like 5 minutes ago, and I mean to put that up. Um, all right. Sorry, guys. I am fucking trying to keep up here with the chat. And can you snort meth? I actually have no idea. I'm going to imagine that if Joey C was able to snort Adderall, you could probably snort anything. Um, but I was laughing. Um, Beloved chatter, he would also have to know someone wherever he was when he visited Felicia. I don't even know what the fuck that means. All right. So Ashley Cummings almost got killed in a boat. Poor Ash. I think I sent her the link. Or I should send her the link. Give me a couple of minutes. I'll send it over to her. Ashley's all right. We all have a lot of things to be made fun of. Look, the thing with Ashley is she's a human being, right? And she's got emotions and all that other stuff. And so it's tough, man. And you know, shitting on her may make you guys feel good, but it doesn't really. It kind of exposes you, not her, and that's the way. Whatever. Coach Garrett F. Her sister taking the. Oh, that it's not funny at all. Well, look, man, it's. I'm sorry. I thought that was something else. All right, Cigarette Jones. Dave is number one. Yeah, and Peter Sky Parker. Very, very interesting comment, which says if it. And I'm paraphrasing, but he's going to say if they are cat scratches, then all the coke residue gets caught in the scratches. Interesting. Interesting. So, and man, I just got to bet, like, in a place like bumfuck Minnesota, there's probably all sorts of shit around. Um, Frank, yep, he's too much of a scared child to ask for coke. This may be true, but he also might have been trying to be on his best behavior, right? Because does anyone believe that the karmic that we see online is the karmic you would see in real life? Um, I don't think so. I think he's playing it, and so he was doing whatever he could do to keep Felicia interested. The deal is a lot of guys that, like with him, it's like any any woman that showed him any attention at all was what he was going to he'll change his entire personality for them, and uh, eventually it comes out. But I've seen this over and over again, and I'm an old man, so I can say that. And Chris Mack, yes, you can snort, smoke, or inject meth, pretty much like everything these days, right? And let's go down here. All right, Uncle Buck, sing a song. Hey, don't piss me off. I might send you the link. All right, let's rock and roll into this chat. Uh, KB, I've never done meth. It creeps me out. I'll say KB is gorgeous and does not have. She just doesn't look like she's a drug person. Um, so there you go. Reminds me of Cookie, you know. And Lady KB, correct me if I'm wrong. Um, I think I'm gonna say that I don't ever remember seeing you drink. Um, so if it's like you probably do, but not like you're not like in excess in into excess like all of us. So there we go. And here's our meth news of the night. You can swallow it too. Uh, Beloved chatter, I've never intentionally done meth. Um, can I don't know if you can accidentally do it. I accidentally did angel dust once, but that's because somebody stuck it in a joint. Um, oh, look at that! I see Noga put up angel dust. Yeah, I never intentionally smoked it. Yeah, I didn't. And wow, what a fucking night that was. Um, what makes Ashley more of a human than being karmic? Karmic puts himself out for public ridicule, and runs with it and takes it out on other people. And the only people that I've seen um, Ashley have a problem with are people that started with her. So, to quote Mr. Stuttering John, they drew first blood. Um, I feel like Ashley is responding. Responding as opposed to starting fights. And so that equals 40% KB. KB's great. And bumfuck Minnesota got swingers all over the place, and they need coke. I can't imagine. I can't imagine living like that. But I have to also say that most people that I know that are like backwoods and like rednecks and stuff that I know are very cool, like very cool people. And there's a segment of people like in Appalachia, that are just hooked on drugs and shit. Um, but it's just fucking sad. And Chris Mack was reducing a fraction as the joke about meth. Very funny. Very funny. Guru One, it's weird so much of the Dabbleverse is Minnesota. It is, and it's also, well, the Jersey connection is big too. And I'm not native to New Jersey. I moved here when I got married. So there we go. Uh, Beloved chatter, I know KB. Imagine me not getting a joke. All right. So let's grab the original intent of the reading of the post um, was I was going to have somebody on with me who's like a business dude who sets up businesses and shit like that. So, but I don't know when they're going to make it. So we're just going to go ahead with it. And what do you call it? And, but I also want, Beloved Chatter gets a lot of hate from people, which I kind of don't understand, um, because his chats I think are great, but I'm gonna write a word on the back of this sheet of paper, which you can't see now, like a magician, so that when we're done, I will say what I realized the second time I read this, and I thought it was very, very insightful. But the problem with Twitter, as I was explaining to my friend the Pineapple today, is that I kind of glance and comment. I don't really read things. And then when I sit down and read them, I'm like, that's when I'll get the point and I'll get the chuckle. I just may be slow, but who knows? Or maybe the brain synapses aren't firing. Let's see. JMO, I have people that are coming. They're supposed to be on here in about 10 minutes. And if they don't, let me know if you take the link, because I don't have Ava on tonight to annoy the universe. So we'll get somebody else on. And I do want to talk a little bit about Keanu and JMO and the Ashley thing. But, so there we go. And look, Beloved chatter. I don't think I've actually ever made fun of Ashley. I did once say that it's funny that her sister was an Indian giver with horses, but that's good-natured ribbing. Yeah, it is. It is. But it's, sometimes if you're a sensitive person, I do this all the time. This is like almost what caused major issues in my marriage in the beginning. Is my wife would say something innocuous and not meaning it or making a joke, and I would get all fucking offended, like she was judging me and things like that. And so it's tough. It's tough when you're sensitive. It's tough to let stuff roll off your back, or not take everything as an insult. And Beloved chatter, KB Cannon has drunk me under a table multiple times. Well, I'm gonna say, I don't know how the two of you, either of you, could fit under anything but like a four top or something, because the both of you are like fucking giants. And everybody's a giant to me because I'm short, but neither here nor there. And oh yeah, we might have Will joining us tonight. I just got a DM. Oh man, is JMO like the last person on the planet he's allowed to talk about? All right, so I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna put it up. I'll try to put this up on the screen. I have it here, but I don't think you're gonna be able to really read it. But give it a shot. All right, and then I'll read maybe the first part and then whatever. But I think it needs to be. I think it needs to be full screen, or you're definitely not going to be able to read it. And why am I not transitioning over? Excellent, excellent question. Because I have something else up. Yes. Don't be dopey, Schmuel. You're an idiot. All right. Okay. So here we go. We're going to go move her up one more. I think that will work. And there we go. This was Beloved Chatter. And when I first read this, I thought, um, I don't know a lot about Beloved Chatter, but seems like a very successful guy. So I just assumed when I was reading this that he was like putting up a model for somebody wanting to start a stream or something. But his post goes, it only requires a slight shift in perception to see that the Dabbleverse or Instaverse model has the potential to evolve into a dynamic marketing concept with nearly unlimited possibilities. All right, he hooked me with that. It is surprisingly easy to implement. To stake your claim, find 3 to 5 individuals who are somewhat down on their luck and confidently invite them to take charge of co-hosting their own weekly segments. Each segment can focus on various themes, such as personal stories of resilience, humorous anecdotes, real or imagined, or lighthearted conversations that resonate with your core audience. The approach not only provides a genuine platform for the underrepresented and marginalized voices, but also fosters a real sense of community and connection among the viewers and hosts. As the talent within the model becomes diluted, the host role could flexibly shift into that of an ultra fickle chat room moderator with a webcam setup. However, there are valid questions to consider. What do you say to someone who argues that relying on individuals who are down on their luck may inadvertently exploit their circumstances rather than uplift them? And have you thought about the potential challenges of maintaining consistent engagement and quality content from participants in a model that relies on continuously converting your own paying customers into an actual expense for your business? How would you address critiques about the sustainability of the Dabbleverse, Instaverse model, particularly in terms of retention and marketing? And I think we got it. I think there's a part missing, but let's just take this down because we're done with it. All right, the current sustain it. Okay, all right, and then I'm rereading. How would you address critiques about the sustainability of the Dabbleverse, Instaverse model, particularly in terms of audience retention and marketing effectiveness over time? There are no easy answers, only more questions and super chats / super tips. Thanks for the $2. Take a banana for the road. So the first time I read that, I was reading it as if it were a real business proposal kind of thing that Beloved was actually proposing something. And what do you call it? And then I reread it a second time. And rereading it the second time, I said, oh, let me break this down, right? I love a business proposal. I want to see, what is it? Does it work? Does it not work? Right? And, immediately my mind goes to failed franchises like Quiznos, I don't know, Crumble will probably, a Smash Burger is another one, these things that are like super duper hot and then just fade away. And I really thought, oh, maybe this is kind of the question that BC's asking. And is that happening today? And then I reread it. And so having said all that, and that was my first reading, what I wrote on the back of the paper was, this is the best troll ever. But let's talk about it. All right. So we start with, let's assume that this is real, right? And let's assume that you are going to be putting this together, right? And here we go, right? So, right, to stake your claim, simply find 3 to 5 individuals who are somewhat down on their luck and confidently invite them to take charge of co-hosting duties on their own weekly segments. All right. So my first thought was, wow, the presumption of this is that you're actually confident enough to stream and you feel confident enough to have these guys on here. And then each segment can focus on the personal stories, their resilience, their humor, their anecdotes. And this is where my little note was, isn't this already what we're doing? And the notion of you claiming as a podcaster to say, oh, I'm giving voice to the underrepresented or the marginalized. The real question is, no, are you just fucking picking on a retard, right? Is that what you're doing? You're getting people to embarrass themselves for money. And I guess I'm not asking as many questions as I am giving opinion, but fuck it. Serenity Now, I at least can say that my manifesto was ironic. In any event, all right. So we move on. As the talent within the model becomes diluted, you can turn into the ultra fickle chat moderator, right? Which is where in the beginning you're supporting them, you're telling them they're great, you do all that. And then as the shit chats start, then you start putting stuff up that you know is insulting, and you know is going after them and picking on their liability, so to speak, or their lack of intelligence. But then, oh, I didn't mean that. Oh, I don't understand it. Oh, I'm a right. Just to generate interest, because you know, what child does not love picking on the less fortunate? All right. In any event, and relying on individuals who are down on their luck, right? Get the guy who $40 is going to make or break him. There we go. On that. I need 20 milligrams of Adderall, Girth Woman. It's actually not really that complicated. Right? And then how do you maintain consistent engagement and quality content? Right? But I think BC hits on something here, which is the model relies on continuously converting your own paying customers into an actual expense for your business. And it's a thing, right? Like Karmic was giving Brennan tons of money, right? And now that Karmic is on the show, Brennan's got to pay him, so he loses that. So two ways. One is it screws Brennan, but right, if you're a Karmic guy and you want to be letting the Karmic guy, you're the guy that's sending in the super chats and doing all this shit, and you want to get on and stream and you think super chats are the way to do it, I would think intelligent podcasters would go, well, no, because if they come on the show, then I'm going to lose their super chats. And I talked to somebody who had sent in 2024, I think, over $10,000 in super chats, which just blew me away, um, and had wanted to go on shows, and was surprised that people weren't asking to let them go on. And I think that's the answer. And then eventually somebody broke, and they're out there. So, and then the critique about how do you maintain this, critiques about the sustainability model, particularly in terms of audience retention and marketing effectiveness over time. Um, I threw quality in there, and I think that's where we're at today. I think everybody can say that Kevin Brennan had a much better show 2 years ago, and we still watch it, but it's not it's not like it was. And he can claim he's number one all the time. He can claim a lot of stuff, but his show stinks. And a DM from one of his bigger fans today said to me that his shows from Monday to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday, Monday, if he does a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, are just a boat adrift. And he generally gets it back. And then by the time Saturday comes, boom, it's a good show again, and it gets him back in. But then he loses them during the week, because you can't maintain the quality, right? You can't constantly replace people. A guy like Stuttering John is like finding gold. And the reason why it's so expensive is there just isn't that much around. So you can't replace that with a Clearwater Chad and expect that to do the same thing. And the dude created the Dabbleverse. I would say Chrissy Mayer actually created the Dabbleverse, but then tell MGD I said she is a real see you next Tuesday. Serenity now. All right, moving on. A free business class with Schmuel? Fuck yeah. I'd give you the free business class, but you wouldn't want to hear it. And is that a Maple Leafs hat? No, it is the Winnipeg Jets. Dave Sarah. Dave is behind the scenes like, stop this now, Schmuely. And he should pop on and yell at me on screen. Avi, the Dabbleverse pays, so KB's into it. But these are the questions, right? So, and I think what everybody should see among streamers that are trying to all do the same thing is when they read this, they should see themselves. I don't think a lot do, but you should see yourself. Everybody's going after the same goddamn small piece of the pie, and it amazes me. If I see one more karmic clip show, right, I'm going to lose it. And some guys, Insightful, Melton can do it. WATP, the way they handle stuff, very excellent. Other things, other shows putting things, it's like stupid people looking at stupid people and making stupid comments. And you can tell because the number of viewers is like stuck in the same place it's been in for years. So the question is, if that's what you want, like if you don't care, if you just do this for your own edification and whatever, that's fine. But when I see people cashing in their 401ks because they've got a business model and they think that this is going to be the way that they're going to make a living, it's just not going to happen. And there we go. Frank, I try not to use the term ball washer, but as KB's biggest ball washer, I'll read. How many laughs does someone have to deliver to be considered having a good show? Does anyone deliver more than KB? Isn't that the scale for what's considered a good show? It depends. How much of yourself do you have to fucking sell out in order to do that? How many people do you have to hate? How many people do you have to make fun of? Right? And to me, the best part is the co-hosts don't even know they're being trolled. These people think Kevin likes them, and Kevin won't actually talk to anybody. And I think pretty much every time I've gotten a link to that show, it's through Stevie Lou, his intermediary. And from what I understand, that's what happens. So I'm not shitting on Kevin. I'm just shitting on the thinking that this model that people are hopping onto. Kevin's an OG. He's fine. He's into it. Quality of show's gone down. I mean, that's an that's an honest opinion. I think most people would agree with me. And so, there you go. But in any event, I don't want to spend a lot of uh, time here, but on this. But um, it's just we you can't do unless you've got something special. You can't do what everybody else is doing and think that it's a profitable enterprise. I'm speaking strictly in a business perspective, right? It's like, and there needs to be something that differentiates you from others in a business. And look, I'm not necessarily one to talk. I ain't got shit when it comes to, you know, any kind of streaming platform or whatever. I think I got the best chatters in the business. Um, but it's not really a business platform. But I'm just wondering, like, at what point, like, what do you think that you're doing that's better than what everybody else is already doing? That's the part that's what that's what I don't get. Like, why? Why is that? And it's too bad my buddy Abba isn't here to argue with me. It's following the chat and trying to do this is a little bit difficult. I probably need a better topic, and I'm no Mersh. And one of the things I love about watching him is his ability to just tell stories and just talk and be comfortable and feel like you guys are in the room with him. And if anything, that's the feeling I go for. But green fingers. But I don't get it unless something unless somebody's here with me. When somebody's here with me, it's like we're in there. Um, you could pretend you're an actual alien. Some people might believe it. Yeah. My question is, do we do when it comes to that? It's like, what's the sustainability model of it, right? Like, how much effort and stuff do you put into it? Like those, I mean, those are the questions. I just remember starting a business and working like 14, 15 hours a day to get it off the ground. And what I think I'm watching are people who want to start a business with streaming and be YouTube streamers, but it doesn't feel like there's a lot of work that goes into it, right? Like, thank God for Doom that they'll sit there, or a Stallion that'll sit there and watch all these videos and clip them out for you. But how many points of interest could there be going over the same clip that's been gone over before? And so I wonder about that. I'm not adverse to clips or clip shows or people. And Big Black asked the question: are you doing this for your own edification or to conquer? I'm doing it for my own edification, Big Black. Um, and I have goals of where I'd like the show to go and what I would like it to be. But, I'm also 63, almost 64. And so, you know, in 5 years, I'm gone. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can barely fucking talk to you now. So, You know, I'm just pointing. I'm trying to point out pitfalls to other people. And Carlos Danger, the great thing about Jake Hudson is that he'll urinate off cam, but on mic, and is all, and what? I've done it before. And yeah, Jake is a really unique character. Um, I was thinking about Jake, and in thinking about this whole thing, I just been thinking a lot about people streaming and particularly our corner of the internet, the Dabbleverse, and I look, you know, I've watched other stuff, and I've seen other streaming and stream models and whatnot. But what caught my eye was Trump getting elected. So Trump gets elected, and you had all these right wing grifters, um, Chrissy Mayer, maybe people like that, that were doing pretty big streams. But it's like, well, you won. What do you do now, right? Like, where do you? What's what's the next step? And they didn't seem capable of holding Trump or anyone else to account. But I just saw it. It was like, it's like a great business model, and then something changes, right? Like satellite radio, right? Like satellite radio, great idea, millions of cars, right? You can listen to the same station from coast to coast, the whole bit, right? We'll get Howard Stern, all that. And then one day the internet comes along and they figure out how to get it streamed into your car at an affordable price. And your business model shits the bed. And that's pretty much what happened here. Um, Schmuel, can you say a bad thing about Melton Pat or WATP? Um, yeah, I can. And when it comes up, I will. So, you know, there, there, there you go. But I can't. The thing with WATP and Melton, uh, it's hard to shit on the model, and it's also hard to shit on, particularly WATP, when you've been to any of these shows. Um, they're really professionally done, and Carl really pays attention to detail. Patrick, when he's done a show, I've been to two of his shows. When he's done them, he's there, he's part of it. Um, and you're not going to walk away feeling that you got ripped off or taken advantage of. And there's a story about the Key Largo show, and they had a VIP meet and greet, and one of the people on the show had been asking Carl for a long time to kind of help him out, get him on, bring him on the thing. He really needed Carl's audience. He had a major dip at the time. And so they did it. He was part of the meet and greet. People paid. And the guy basically showed up late and then sat in the back room because he didn't really want to talk to people. So you can't do that. That's not what we do. So it's hard for me to talk about them negatively because I can't match their talent, right? And and their judgment, what they're doing seems to work. So I don't know what you want me to shit on. And they also seem to be maintaining their dignity. And that to me is like, maintaining your dignity is a major part of this. And I don't think Kevin does that. And I've also seen one of the big differences between, say, a Carl and an MLC. I mean, think of Lorenzo Ariola, right? They shit on Lorenzo Ariola on a podcast, on one of the WATP episodes. Lorenzo, fuck, I'm gonna cut my finger again. Lorenzo then contacted WATP. They came on and They were friends. And Lorenzo got a boost from it and moved on, right? He didn't bring Lorenzo on to make him a clown. They really, really tried hard, very hard, to help Stuttering John out. And he fucked it up. They didn't do it. So maybe it's a good guy, bad guy thing um, that I'm thinking of. You know, maybe that's why I get so annoyed at Kevin um, because I don't like the way he treats people. And some of them, look, you know, they may even deserve it, but I don't know that they deserve public ridicule. It just reminds me of the scene in The Hunchback of Notre Dame where they have him on a wheel thing, and the people are throwing shit at him and hitting him and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I feel Kevin's show is. And look, it may be entertaining. I'm not the judge of that. But yes, Carlos Danger, it's bum fights. And so, you know, there you go. It's bum fights. So um, let's just see. This is Frank. I only ball wash Kevin comedically. I can't stand how he treats people. You defended Kumi, but the fact is he messaged someone he thought was 15 along with other gross stuff. Um, one, I don't know what's true or what's not true. I was also there at the time listening when Kumia took the 18-year-old to the prom, and it was all a big joke. And things have changed since then. So, uh, and as a person who's been accused of things um, that never thought of doing or whatever, I'm skeptical about that stuff. So I'm not going to go after it. Have I shit on Kumia for his racism? Yes. Have I shit on him for a bunch of stuff that he's done? I have. And there you go. And on this very show, I've talked about him being a nice guy. Like I meet him and I really like him, but he's not blocked. He's muted on my Twitter. He and Missy. I don't listen to either one of them. I don't put up with that stuff. Hey, welcome to Schmuel Bugman, my alter ego. And that is his avatar is an unenhanced picture of my bug eyes. Another gimmick Karmic stole from me. Kevin's bad for making fun of Dixon, but you're good and righteous for hoping Kiki is served when she gets to Minnesota. Yes, 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 yes. I don't know why you can't see the difference. I'm not making fun or saying Kevin's bad for what he's doing to Dixon, right? Dixon's a big boy. Dixon can fight for himself. I'm talking about the other fucking losers that he has on the show, right? And Kevin's also a tough guy, but he won't send Dixon a link. So, or not that Dixon would take it or go on Dixon's show, right? But let's not care. The age of consent in New York was 17 at the time. I grew up there and knew all about it. 17. And the reason, and partly the reason why I remember that is when I got into basic training, one of the things they do, you got to learn shit. And one of the things they tell you is at the time, federal law was 16 and Texas law was also 16. And when I moved to Florida, they told me, but I don't remember what the fuck it was. So, Frank, here's the deal, man. You're arguing. It's like a red herring, right? Like you're presenting something that I don't know. You want me to comment on it. I don't know it, right? And more importantly, it doesn't matter to me, right? It's fucking, take it someplace else. So there you go. I mean, I don't watch Anthony. I don't have a comment on Anthony, and I don't really listen to him that much. So it's not like a thing that's at top of my mind. And He sent her a laptop, allegedly. Well, hey, some people need a laptop. Um, you fail to remember Kevin paid for Pat's legal fees and gave him a lawyer for the Gino incident. Um, yeah, but again, we're not talking about Pat Dixon here, right? And Pat's relationship. I'm focused more on the Clearwater Chads, the Karmics. Look, Karmic is self-destructing before our very eyes. His chatters are mostly Brennan fans, and they encourage him to do shit things to himself. So, you know, that's what I'm talking about. And I don't know that the other guys have done that, but Kevin has. It's almost. I guess it's analogous. I don't really know much about it, but from what I do know about, like the Red Bar when he was in his heyday, he wouldn't do anything, but his minions would torment people, and that's what I think. Um, when Pat Dixon punched Gino, that was cool. Uh, my answer to that is I don't think it was a good idea. I didn't think it was a good idea then. I don't think it was a good idea now. But it was also, I think, the third time in about a month that Gino was in a physical altercation because of his mouth. And that's fact checkable. That, you know, Gino's not an innocent, right? And so, and as my friend Jason Bentley once said to me, Pat is a good old boy from Tennessee, and fuck around and find out. So I don't know what Gino's thing is, right? I mean, I don't. I watched Kevin Brennan go physically after Gino too. What was that? Um, Sam Bibley. This is a message for you, Sam. Pat will always be a hero for that, Sam Bibley. Yeah, look. Um, I don't. I don't. We act like, or I don't know. There's a segment that acts like Gino was innocent in all that, and Gino wasn't. Do I think the approach to punching him in the jaw was appropriate? No, I don't. Do I think the other comic grabbing him by the neck and slamming him against the wall and lifting him off his feet was appropriate? No, I don't think that's appropriate either. But if you're gonna fuck with these guys and fuck with their their personal lives, um, you know, I mean, there's going to be results. But look, Gino learned his lesson. That's why he picks on a guy like Ray DeVito, because he knows there'll be no consequences. Um, there you go. And Schmuel Bugman, I can't put that up. And not that I would say he's overdue for something, but obviously physical violence is not something that I would agree with or think that we should do. And Sam Bibley thinks it was cool. Hey man, I mean, my problem with it has more to do with how it negatively affected Pat than with Gino. I mean, you're a guy, right? And I think every one of us at one time or another has taken a good punch, right? Out of the blue. So I don't think that most of us whine about it. And I have a view. I have a view of how Gino behaved afterwards. And it's not, I do know this, right? So we know what they say, no face, no case. If the DA were the only people that prosecuted it and only filed police report for insurance purposes. I find that dubious, dubious at best. I also found the shit going after Ray DeVito crappy. It's not like Gino was not on stage yelling the N word when the lights went off. So there you go. And based upon what Bob Levy said, that was what happened. And Gino can't deal with his own, he can't take responsibility for his own actions. So he's got to blame Ray DeVito. And then for however long a period of time, Gino was constantly going to the club when Ray was performing on his stand-up New York gig that Ray did on Tuesday nights, and doing sort of shitty things. And look, we're also talking about Gino's the guy that secretly recorded Mark Norman in a bathroom. So he's not an innocent. Did he get what he deserves? Frankly, I don't think he punched somebody. That's my opinion. But at the same time, right? You're fucking with people and you're fucking with their lives and their income, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And saying shit about their wives, there's going to be consequences. But we don't talk about any of the other consequences that he suffered because they weren't on video. So we'll talk about this one, and then he can claim how unfair it was, and cast aspersions on the guy that did it, knowing that the guy who did it can't do anything about it. So that's the deal with that. So that's my opinion. I think Brennan, why does Brennan, travels with security, right? Like, he's got to know on some level that one of these nuts is actually going to do something. I mean, he's lucky it was Stuttering John that went to his house and not some other crazy bastard, and Kevin with what the hell's the guy's name? The guy in Atlantic City who books gigs, about his autistic son, the shit that Kevin went after him for. And then Kevin would be the first person, if something happened with his kid, Kevin would be the first person to say, oh, they're saying this about my kid. He'd be all upset about it. So, and the other question, Frank, for you, is the Kevin we see on screen the real Kevin, or is that just a character that he plays on the internet 10 times a week? Please paste your answer in the chat. All right. So let's hit the like button, please. Thank you. And supertip.gg/Bugman. Don't embarrass me. Thank you. You guys got me up onto the leaderboard the other night. Very exciting. Means we're having an impact. And judging by the numbers, I guess the YouTube analytics and stuff, I not only have the best chatters, I'm making it up about the YouTube analytics guys, but got great chatters, but who some of our chatters are pretty world-renowned chatters. Yeah, so yeah, it was Ken Mosca. I don't know why I was not going to say it. I mean, everybody fucking knows it. Guru One, Real Kev is now the character. So Guru One, the question would be, did Kevin morph into the character, or did the character morph into Kevin? Right? So what we seeing now the real Kevin Brennan? Or is it the other way around? Right? Like, did he start playing this character? You guys remember Andy Griffith's Aunt B? Right? In the later years of her life, she used to walk around the town that she lived in North Carolina, and she wanted to be called Aunt B, and she used to dress like Aunt B, and she became Aunt B. So there's that, right? Becoming thinking you're the character. Um, there's a great George Takei story in here, but and also, or was Kevin just always a miserable prick, and he kept it under wraps in the beginning? But so there we go. Yeah, judging by what other working comedians say, that's the real Kevin, which is why he gets beat up all the time. Tom, that may be an that's probably a very accurate statement, but I also do give Kevin credit because he doesn't fucking whine about it forever. I mean, it comes up and it goes away. It's not every fucking conversation that he's had for the last 2 years. And Schmuel, shouldn't you be monetized by now? I am numbers short on subs. I've got all the hours are fine, but I don't have subs. I don't know. I think I need another 100 or so. So if you'd like to see me monetize, go there. We do have super tips, supertip.gg/Buckman. But yeah, I and Jimmy, it's an actually good question because I don't know really the answer. I mean, I started streaming sort of regularly, maybe in February. So I don't know. My original thought process when I was kind of mapping this out was October would be when I got monetized. So we'll see. But I also haven't chased it, and I don't. I don't want to engage in the fights back and forth. At least with I don't mind arguing with bigger guys and talking about that or expressing my feelings, but I can't be in. I don't want to be in fake fights, and so I just and I've had the opportunity to get into them, and I kind of ignore it. It's just not me. And Kev was grumpy, always been chip on your shoulder type, but back then a lot of it was for his show. In private, he didn't shout at his friends, and I bet he talked to people on the phone and texted back and forth. So there we go. So this is the first solo show I've done in quite a while, and we've done about an hour and a half, which is way more than I thought I could do and or maintain any interest at all. And still got 28 people watching, so 29. So really, thank you guys. So I just let me go back to. So it was Jimmy I, and then Big Black asked about edification versus conquering and shit like that. I would like to be monetized. I'm not going to argue that at all. I would like to be monetized. I would like to make enough money to cover my expenses, so that this is like a net neutral kind of thing. I break even. That would be great. But I'm also not, I know that this is not my future. I'm not going to fund my retirement by doing streams. So and another part of it is, like everybody else, I'd like respect, and I believe that being monetized gives a certain level of respect. And I know people disagree with me because they'll point out who's monetized and whatever. But that's my thing. But the goal from the beginning has been to do what I enjoy and focus on what I like, and not be herded into something else. And so that's really what it is. And like, I didn't think that I could do this at all. I have to be honest with you. I terrible stage fright. I tried to do that stand-up thing at the first Hackamania, and I lasted probably 17 seconds. Terrible stage fright. I know I'm not attractive. I don't have a great voice. None of those things. So the fact that I was streaming and 10 people were watching was just fantastic to me, you know. And the fact that it's grown and the fact that people know my name, um, you know, it makes me happy. But um, it's not it's not it's not a it's not financially, it doesn't it's never going to be, you know, I'm never going to be Carl or Milton, um, or those guys. So I don't think, um, that's it. But uh, if anybody has any questions about this shit, I do get asked a lot why I stream and what I thought. The big one was Skarika, Addicted to Profits. That guy, he was like, the fuck does he think he's doing? He's gonna be a big star at his age. He's gonna do this. And I'm like, people don't seem to does any of these guys, like, do they do stuff just for fun? Like, do they do stuff because they enjoy it? I mean, that was KB was pissed off at me because I said this was a hobby. And I have to say, with KB, he might have a right to say something like that. Or Pat Dixon might have a right. You know, a professional comedian who just comes in, you know, maybe like, I don't know, like the open micer going up on stage and thinking they deserve everything that the a Rich Voss would say deserve. Um, but that's definitely not, it's been happening, you know? And so I'm very lucky and I like it. And I do, I do like this notion of the Dabbleverse has room for Charlie Rose. I think in the beginning, I think when I was thinking about putting this together, there were a couple of things. One is I just had a fucking blast talking to Dave Sauer on the phone. And I enjoy the shit out of streaming with him. So that was a lot of fun. But, you know, I knew that Dave wasn't going to be able to continue. Dave couldn't continue to do this on a committed basis. I thought consistency was important. He also wants to do a lot of other stuff, and he's not an idiot, so you don't tie yourself to an old man. But what really interested me, and what really got me to want to stream was meeting people at Dabbleverse and like particularly guys like a Cardiff or a Tukey, and then some of the other Cupcake people like that. Like I would meet them, and I would be like, I wanted to know what was behind them. I don't know if that even makes sense, but like, what were they thinking when they started streaming? Like, what was their goal? What was their objective? And do people do this just for the number of views they get? Do people do it because they love it? Like I you know, one of the things that fascinates me is like there's a Monday, Tuesday, Friday show, right? Um, and they've been on forever, and they get like 60 viewers, I guess. Sometimes 100, but you know, whatever. And they have a decent number of memberships and stuff. Um, and I just, in the back of my head, I had to ask, like, well, are you happy with that? Like, is that what you wanted? And I've learned in my life that, you know, you can be happy where you are and with your place as opposed to what other people want you to be. So there's that, and then you know, but then I'll go to like Mir Musk, right? And I have to say I don't get it, right? You're two young guys. Um, Certainly, Chow is like internet attached 24/7. Um, and Mir seeing, I don't know, was it music or some bullshit like that? Um, and having met the guy, unless he's like independently wealthy that I'm not aware of or family money or something, I'm like, you guys you've been doing this for years and you're getting like 20, 30 people, which would be okay for a guy like me, you know? I'd be happy with that. Uh, but I don't get it. Like like, what's your, and they did when I was on the show, like I asked them, like, what's your goal? Like, where do you see this going? Like all this. And I feel like those are like normal things that you ask yourself, right? Like, don't you ask yourself, like, when you're doing things like, where do I see this going? You know, the old stupid interview question of, where do you see yourself in 5 years? It's like, well, do you think 5 years ahead? You know? And I'll tell you guys, it's a curse getting old, but it's also a blessing because you get to do it, right? I'm not dead. So there's that. So when I watch a guy, like I'll look at a Chad or my friend Ray, and it's like, you're in your 50s. What you've been doing obviously hasn't been working. What are you going to do differently? And that's going to change that. And it's like, it's not going to change. And you know, the problem is then you become, the older you get, the harder it gets to make money because there's less things you could do, right? Like, you know, a 25-year-old open mic comedian or a guy starting out can work construction, do server work, shit like that. You get into your 50s, nobody's going to want you for those jobs, right? Ray is a guy who drives from club to club to club, right? Spends most of his life in his car. He breaks his right foot and he's fucked. He's going to have absolutely nothing. So how do you make it? And like Chad, you know, Chad does the he's this constant delusion thing of, he thinks he's better than everyone. I don't think he believes it, but he says he's better than everyone. He's smarter, he's funnier, he's whatever. But it's never been proven. And then at the end of the day, it's like, you know, you turn off the lights, you're looking at the ceiling. You're like, oh, what am I doing with my life? And I'll tell you, you know, time runs out. And that's the thing. I think that's what old people try to tell me all my life. But maybe it's something you don't understand until you're old. Like, you always think everything is going to be cool. But you're literally like one step or, you know, or accident away. I'm talking about when you get older, right? Um, I mean, just think about it. You know, think about, like, I don't know, if you, serious sickness or injury, even something you're gonna, you know, get past. But you know, being out of work for 6 or 8 months, one thing, right? For a guy with a job and all this other stuff. These other guys, they have nothing. I mean, what's the latest on Chad? He's moving into the cousin's basement. Is that a joke or is that really true? Right? And for me, like, I like Ray, and I'm not, and don't get me wrong, he may be very happy. I'm not judging him, but I need a place to hang my hat, man. I need a place to call my own. And this roommate thing and not knowing where you're going to be in 3 months or whatever, uh, it just does not seem like an appropriate way to live, you know? So let's go. All right. Cigarette Jones asks a question. Did Chad even have a brother? Well, I have sort of an answer to that. It's only a half answer. Actually, guys, that's a shit cigar. So, client gave me a box of 50 Garcia Vega Panatellas, which are not bad, but they're not great. And I got some really nice little. Ooh, I don't know why my camera's. There we go. I guess it's because of the background. Some Romeo and Juliet 1875s. And they're little stubby cigars, but they're delicious. Chad's brother. So I have a friend in Ohio, retired law enforcement, and I was talking about Chad and whatnot, and I just offhandedly said something like, the guy's so full of shit, I don't even know if he had a brother. And this guy told me that he just looked for police reports in the time frame. He went through old police. however you do it, right? He did a search, old police reports of a kid killed by a car backing over them in this like 1980 to 2000 or something like that, and couldn't find any. So, but it was at that point that I realized, wow, this is actually interesting to me and it's sick. So, um, I told him to stop looking and let's just leave it where it is. But I also do think now I'm more likely to believe that there was a brother than there wasn't, because I don't think Chad milks it. And I think if it was untrue, I think if it was a lie, I think if he made it up, I think he'd definitely be trying to milk it and try to get sympathy. So anyway, uh, there we go with that. Jesus Christ. Guru One, my best man's mate, was killed that way. It's the shit, what is that? The kid from Anton or something, whatever his name was. It's a very American, but he had a very Russian name. Star Trek actor. His fucking Jeep backed over him and crushed him. It's got to be a horrible fucking way to go, too. And Tom, with the humor, you ever tried the Pentagon Panty Sniffer cigars? Ha ha. Don't know what that is, but there we go. Yeah, so it's a horrible way. All right, guys. So I'm happy to go another half hour, but I don't want to bore you to tears. So I'll leave it up to you. If you want me to stay, if you have any questions, other questions. I've been all over the place. We could get back to streaming and what I see. So I have, fucking idiot I am. I have the stream up on YouTube on another monitor just because I wanted to make sure it was working. And apparently I left it back then, and I went to go look, and the chat was from like an hour ago. So there we go. All right. So that is the story. All right. So we did send JMO the link. I know that people complaining is overexposed, but I like JMO. So he got the link, but it's football. And again, I'm adult because I thought, well, football doesn't start until after Labor Day. And I didn't realize that it was Labor Day. So, like Thursday, I thought it would start on Sunday. But the fucking NFL just markets the shit out of everything. Everything. Oh, is JMO on MKE? So I guess he's not. And I didn't ask early. And, you know, hey, MKE, that's the show to be at. And JMO likes to, what do you call it? Go at him. Let me just see. Let's do random shit here. I would very much appreciate at least one super tip tonight. Supertip.gg/Buckman, supertip.gg/Buckman/voice. Just to give me that feeling of love that I only get when Cookie's around and Cookie's not around. Oh, Gilly is on MKE with Chow and JMO now going against Carmen Schmuel. The DV is nuts. Cool. So you'll definitely have something to watch. I what do you call it? I don't really. In the beginning, I did do that. So in the beginning, when I was starting to stream, Sarah had said to me, and this is how we came up with Tuesday and Thursday, was he didn't want to stream against a particular person. And I'd been on the guy's show and we talked, and I think it was like the second week or something, or third week that I was doing the show on a Tuesday night. The guy went live with a show that he had never, on a Tuesday that he'd never done before, blah, blah, blah. And I just offhandedly remembered it. And then I started to see like what was happening was that I was caring about when other people went on the stream, but they weren't caring about me. I'm talking about the very low level people. And then the other part is like, um, you get that thing of like, well, don't go up against Melton or don't go up against Tukey or whatever. And the reality is that uh, you're definitely not going to draw enough viewers away from them to cause them any harm. And consistency in streaming is important. And you just got to do what you got to do. My original intent with the other guys was I thought we would just cannibalize each other. And I don't want to do that. It didn't make sense to me if your show had like 40 or 50 viewers on a regular basis and I was going to have 10 and those 10 people were going to be mostly your people or 15 or whatever. It didn't make sense to me, but apparently it made sense to them. So I'm going to be lighting another cigar. I would stream snipe the MKE Chow and Gilly thing. And I understand if anybody wants to watch that. It makes perfect sense to me. It's certainly more interesting than what I'm doing here. And what's the word I'm looking for? Scandalous. But I've been avoiding the Dabbleverse and stuff this week just to sort of clear my head. Was listening to bluegrass music all day, and I think at some point I did see a bit of Kevin Brennan. So I'm not really sure of what's going on with this stuff. And I did see Mersh and Pat list. I saw Pat, and then Mersh came on. I saw a little bit of that too, but I find myself wanting to not. There's stuff I like to watch, and things I can learn from, and then there's other stuff that I want to be careful because I don't want to start imitating other people's behavior, and that's the deal. Cigarette Jones, Schmuel Khan at the Tennessee Beer Hall. Yeah, the world is going to have to change a lot before there's a Schmuel Khan, but I have instructed Cookie. If I ever reach the point where I get 100 regular viewers and I die, that will be my Schmuel Khan. She's to have a wake that invites all you guys and you can celebrate my death. And so that'll be cool with that. So correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't the bigger show draw more viewers out for potential? Fix the English on that, because I think I know what you're saying, but fix the question. Tell me who to who. If I'm right, I think what you're saying is, don't the bigger shows give you a bigger pot to get a potential audience from? Maybe my earlier gonna be noisy. My earlier thing, and this is what BC was pointing out in here. Let's just see. He talks about the bigger shows can build an audience, and then smaller shows can circle around it. I think I saw that. Underrepresented voices. The palette model is diluted. Yeah, let's talk about talent model being diluted. Kissing generally, maybe there was. I think there might have been a second post that I don't have. But yeah, that was a question that Beloved Chatter raised, and that was it. Beloved Chatter ain't loyal. Nobody should be loyal to this. You should watch shows because you want to watch them, not because you're loyal to them. And of course, everything I'm saying comes with caveats. I mean, if your friend's doing a show and you want to, want to watch your friend and support your friend, or if you like somebody and you want to support them, that's one thing. Um, but this stupid shit of, if you're an MLC watcher, you can't watch Melton, or you can't like both Melton and MLC. It's just fucking stupid. Um, or you're a Geno guy or a Pat guy. Um, you can be a Geno guy or a Pat guy, but it should be because of how you feel about that person, not the other person, right? I'm a Pat guy, but I'm not a Pat guy um, to just be anti Geno. I've been a Pat guy for a very long time, and then I would have considered myself a Pat and Geno guy until Geno lost his fucking mind. So there we go. Um, the smaller shows have all the good energy. Um, I think so. I think it depends upon what we're doing. Um, they watch they watch them. Some of the smaller shows I think are fantastic, and I enjoy the shit out of them. Um, but I will admit that I do get a little like, I don't know. I was watching something, and uh, they were talking about one of the Dabbleverse locales, and it was pretty much a retread of what a retread of everything that everyone else had been saying, and I went off that, and I also tend to there's so many books and shit that I haven't gotten to, so I'm like reading and listening to Audible and stuff, and I had really gotten away from that when I was here. Um, uh, Guru One, the answer to both questions is no. So there we go. And not anything against Jake. I think Jake is wonderful. And I'd love to see Jake succeed. I just don't think that we're a good mesh. And I swore to God I sent, Jesus, Ashley the link ages ago. But now I'm thinking maybe I didn't send it. Hold on. Let's find out. And then I really should get out of here. And that's it. So there we go. When I got shit for Guru One, I'll actually tell this. I got shit for something with when Nick was talking about OG Mumley. Nick was talking about sorry was talking about Jake and whatnot. I just think that Jake is Jake, right? And Nick was really trying hard, I think, to be a good guy. So it felt a little like I've done, where you're trying to help people, and they can be their own worst enemy. But there was also a thing like Nick was trying to get the chatters and the people in Jake's universe um, to change their behavior, to not enable him as much. And I just, it, it just feels that that's a fruitless effort. That these people are going to do what they're going to do, and so, and I'm about like trying to control things that you can control. So sometimes you have to just make peace with the people you're around. Um, a good small streamer, Lemmy. Lemmy should be a much bigger streamer than she is. And I don't mean that to come across negatively. I mean, just I am shocked that she's not um, bigger. And I think she's fantastic. She's great as a guest, sharp as a fucking tack, and very funny. Speaking of which, assuming all goes to plan, we had scheduled a show with Leo Helmer and Little Lemmy, a cult stream that we were going to do, and my internet shit the bed, and we had to cancel it. And it's tentatively rescheduled for next Thursday. And so next Thursday, let's put that on the schedule. the cult stream, and if it changes, I'll let you all know. And Thursday, September 11th, the one and only Rocco Tukey will be on with us for the time. And I wanted to ask him a bunch of questions, but I was a huge Ron and Fez fan, and he was a huge Ron and Fez fan, and I've never really talked to him about it. So I'd like to bring some of that stuff up. And, I don't know if it translates, but I guess a lot of people do listen to old stuff. And Ron and Fez was kind of was kind of amazing, and I'd like to introduce that to some people. Um, Guru One, I've got dirt on Rocco. This is kind of the shit that I'm talking about, Guru. I don't care, right? Um, the guy, I like the guy, right? And you know, barring anything that's you know, totally out of the realm, it's not going to change my opinion, and all it does is serve to further the bullshit that goes on here. It's a lot like Stuttering John, right? Who brings the stuff in on himself. So I'm sure you're just joking and I'm being an asshole, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the dirt stuff. Finally, I guess you know, I was going to have Panhandler on tonight, but he's now big timing me. He thinks he's the, he's everybody wants him now. So I, I, I just, I'll be lucky to get him occasionally to co-host with me, and he'll be doing it like a pity fuck. He'll be doing it to me, but Panhandler does have the link if he wants to come on, and it's funny because it's so I went on at 9, and I like to do about 2 hours, but I always wind up doing more because Ava and those guys are here. So I'm always feeling rushed to get off, and I'm not feeling that tonight. Yeah, it will be the Panhandler stream soon enough. He was already cutting me out. Took the name of the show, threw Sarah to the side, um, Sarah, and he's going for it. And excuse me for looking down. I know that annoys the shit out of one Raymond DeVito, but I'm trying to get the link over to Ashley, but I guess I could just do it the other way, right? I just realized this. I don't really use I don't really know that I use. I've never been an Android guy, so but oh, look at that! I've actually never clicked the button that said to send the link via Gmail, having no idea that it actually opened up on Gmail. And then all I have to do is put in the email address. Um, so you'll hear the sounds of me typing slowly. I Whatever. I could complain about email addresses, but I won't. So this might have gone to the right one, and this might have gone to the wrong one, but we'll find out in a second. And oh, there we are. I'm back. So I think I did try to send Ashley a link. Uh, Panhandler's worse than Panhandler's a good egg, and excuse me, I don't want him to be, you know, but he's really a good egg. He's got a good heart, and that's what bothers me. So, but there you go. And you know what else is bothering me? All I was looking for was for $3. One person for $3, and we've gotten squat. So, and I could do the old my super is broken. I thought it was hilarious. The Karmic Melton thing where Karmic shits all over Melton and he doesn't want super tips, blah, blah, and they leave him with like two cartoon voices. But I guess now he has Felicia's and his own, which is also making him crazy. And again, um, because I am who I am, I have never really pestered anyone to get additional voices and stuff. Um, I thought, oh, let me perfect my craft, and then I'll do it. But I probably should. And Ashley, you have the link, and I just emailed it to you. Um, I don't think it came back, but but you got to be on cam. I just got to tell you that because I can't um, tell Ava she can't be, and somebody else. So unless it's a secret guest and we're hiding them, I've been DMing back and forth with Slam Piece, and I keep trying to get her to come on the show. Um, and I'm like, you could do it like from behind a tree, you could do it, whatever. And I don't. It's not going to happen, and it's a shame. And I'm sure it's not the real Slam Piece, but they have enough info to sound like the real Slam Piece. And don't worry about it. It's got nothing to do with you. I was complaining. I did not want. I whatever. Ashley, I'll tell you later. But it's not. It's not related. It's not related to you. It's just got to do with I wanted people go off cam. Thank you. Cigarette Jones is explaining it. Ava goes off cam a lot, and Camelot, and it makes me nuts. And so I've had to put my foot down. So I don't want to be putting my foot down in one place and then the next day letting somebody else do what I was complaining about. Because it's not about the person, it's about the camera. Like looking at the avatar and seeing the little blinking thing, I like them, and I mean if it's necessary I get it, but I'd almost rather just talk with the chat. And so there we go. All right. I'm stretching now. I'm going to stretch this probably till 11:30 and then I'm out of here. But I got a DM from one panhandler who would like to come on. So let's see. By the way, I got questions for you. What's the general consensus, the realistic consensus on Karmic, right? Is so it's what, September now, with 4 months. Is he still a thing? I don't know, in 6 months, or in 6 months does he get his 700 viewers, or does he go down to 25? I mean, what's the general consensus on that? That's what I'm wondering. And so because I'm a numbers guy, right? So I look at numbers and I look at numbers, and but oftentimes I'm inferring them. I'm not really like analyzing them. And when I check in, it looks to me like he's down quite a bit. I mean, yeah, there's the occasional show where he gets like almost a couple of hundred people, but that's when something insane happens. But I thought he was regularly doing like 120, 125. And from what I've seen lately, it's like 50. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say 50. I should say 80, maybe 60 to 80. So I just don't know if it's down. And I don't know if this would be like the biggest thing that would get me to stop streaming is if I just became a clown, and the abuse became intolerable. And so that's out of there. See, this is the deal. Leo Gunn, I get a kick out of his antics, not going to lie. So that's like my mixed feelings, which is kind of what brings me back to Kevin, which is I get a kick out of his antics as well. And does that reflect on me, right? Like, am I the guy by am I enabling the retard? You know? Am I doing what Nick tried to stop? So, Kina K, he's steady. Kina, what number though? Um, and it's steady, but how long has it been steady for? And I'm being honest, I'm not trying to troll the guy. I'm just saying what I see, but I'm usually only watching him for a couple of minutes because I'm not allowed, I can't chat. Um, he annoys me, and then he'll talk about me on a show, and it's just like, you know, I'm like, if I can't respond, I don't really want to listen to it. So, okay, I know that this is means something, but I have no idea what it was because Leo said he gets it. So whatever O7, lowercase o, um, bring on Panhandler. I got to go to bed. Hey, the danger with Panhandler is Panhandler might fall asleep. That was like a Crumb. I would have Crumb on. We're going to do like a late night stream. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'll do it. Like he'd ask me, and you'd like find out like, and I'd start, and then no Crumb, and boom, I'd find out the next day he fell asleep. But Keenan, you're welcome to go to bed. Uh, and yeah, that's the whole deal. Is Panhandler now wants to be paid? So I'm obviously kidding about that. And Schmuel don't pay. That's one thing. And I did once pay somebody, if we can say that. What do you call it? I gave them after the show was over. I hadn't made any promises. Didn't say I was going to do it. After the show was over, I sent them $25. I think that's the only time I've done that. The only other time I ever sent anybody money, um, without I've had people do stuff for me that I've sent the money for. No question about that. But uh, Sarah helped me when he was helping me get set up in the beginning. He spent a lot of time with me, and I sent him, I don't know, it was like $25 or $50, and it came right back. And along with a message that if you ever do that again, I will never fucking talk to you again. So that was pretty wild. Um, he'd be around. He spiked. The numbers will drop. Then he will grow. Unless he breaks TOS to get 3 strikes. Um, yeah, he seems like. Look, I think if everybody's got brains, they understand that his being psychotic is his value, and that's what makes him entertaining. So, any asshole that reports him um, is cutting off their nose to spite their face, so to speak. Um, O equals head, and 7 equals arm. Ashley, you don't need to put makeup on. You're fine. You look fine the way you are. Just, you're really concerned. You're up against me. You're not up against me. You're next to me. You're going to look beautiful. I'm not going to be on long enough for you to be putting on makeup. Okay? Seriously. So don't be doing it just because you're coming on camera. We can always do it. Yeah, Ashley, don't do it. 15 minutes is going to be too long. Just don't do it. Don't do it. And I I I'm gonna chat her and tell her. Um, hold on. Don't do it. No, 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 no. No. Don't put on makeup. Okay. We've been going for 2 hours and 19 minutes. Not going to be going another whatever. Yeah. It's not going to be worth it. Oh, look at that. Look who's here. Oh wait. I think he gets, hold on a second, because this is important that I do this correctly. And there we go.
What are you doing still up? Didn't you start like 2 hours ago?
No, I started at 9, and I figured I'd go to 11:30.
Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, you
And
didn't tell me I was going to, or you didn't ask if I wanted to come on tonight till later, right?
I didn't ask. I literally didn't ask anybody. I didn't forget that I was doing the stream and I had notes and stuff, but I forgot that I had forgotten to ask people to come on.
Yeah, no worries. What was the subject tonight? I was out, so I missed the whole thing.
Nothing. It was just me. I all by myself. I went over the above chatter tweet, and then just did like kind of an ADD stream where I went into a million conversations about nothing.
And how'd that go over because that's what we were going to cover the other night, right? And went a little sideways with Nick and Ava.
Yeah, but it was fine. I mean, doing it alone wasn't the best idea, but it was fine. And I mean, we had a decent. I don't know. There were like 50 people in the room at that point, and then up until I started talking about that, then I chased them out of the room. But since I said I was going to do it, I decided to go through it.
All right.
But we just talking about streaming and stuff. Go ahead.
Why are you cranky? You sound all cranky.
I'm always cranky,
but more so than usual.
No, this is me.
All right.
This is me. You know what? I'm not really. I may sound cranky, and cranky is sort of my nature, but I may not be. All right. I did have you up there.
Yeah, I can tell. Thank you.
Full screen because you're taking over the show.
Right. And, no. You shot me down. So now you know. KB gave you a shout out today. He got mad at me and yelled at me. Told me to stick with you. So he put he put me in my place.
All right. Let's do this one. Thank you, Mr. Douglas Nelson, for the $5.
I pay guests and panelists so they don't get any stupid ideas like friendship or, God forbid, love. I don't want any relationships, only property.
Thank you very much, Doug. All right. We hit the goal. We got one super chat.
Doug did you hear from Brian Landon tonight? Again, he was very generous the other night, and I know.
No, I didn't. I did DM him on Twitter, and I put up some stuff. But I just going into the Doug Nelson thing. When Doug Nelson followed me on Twitter, I was like, that was like, wow. I felt like I'd made it. If you ever want to stream with somebody, it's like that guy is so much fun.
He's the guy with Pat, right?
Yeah, he's really sharp. He's quick-witted.
Is he the doodling at work guy? Sorry,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, okay.
And he's a talented, very funny guy.
Talented guy. Yeah, I don't know his streaming, but he's a talented guy. I see, his doodles and stuff are pretty good.
Big Black. Before you put on your makeup, say a little prayer for Schmuel. I think you mean Schmuel, but we got it, Big Black. And Big Black's another one. Like, it blew me away that he was actually in the chat.
Although, yeah, he's the old Howard Stern fan, right?
Yeah. But what's really funny is if I say to another stream, I'll go, wow, man, I couldn't believe it. Like, Big Black was in the chat. It's not the real one.
No, because when I was listening to Patrick a lot, he used to be in there and he used to call in just as annoying to Patrick as he was to Howard, I'm pretty sure. But it seemed like a lot of people knew who he was. And so I believe it's the real one. Like,
I hadn't known. It's funny because I'd like forgotten about all these guys, and then he was calling into Tuki's show, and
the Muppet.
I remembered it. Big Black is interesting. He's got a lot of stuff. I tried to get him on the show, but he wouldn't do it.
He must be busy with all that work he has, I guess. No,
there we go. Hey, look. People that call radio shows regularly and all that other stuff, they have issues.
Yeah, I'm on your show. I shouldn't be judging anybody. So no, I get it. I got a whole boatload of them.
No,
I'm just busting his balls, but you seem seem popular.
I never
people like when he called in to Patrick or like people love to yell at him in the chat anyway in Patrick's show.
Yeah, but he's also like he's got a lot of. I don't know. He's got a lot of Stern stuff. He knows a lot about like factual shit related to Stuttering John, so that was popular. And but he's honest. like when he gives his answers, he doesn't do it. Ashley, you're killing me, sweetheart. If you put it on already.
Oh, she won't come on with me on. If she wants to come on, I'll jump off.
Oh God, this just got to stop.
No, there's nothing. I'm not saying anything bad yet. I'm just saying, like, if she wants to come on, I'll hop off or whatever. If she'll get more viewers than I will. Plus, I can harass her in the chat. So
yeah,
that'll be more fun.
I'm gonna be bailing out pretty quick anyway. So, and the great thing about you is, like me, you could just throw on a headset and stream. You don't need to.
Yeah, I was out tonight, so sorry. Like I said,
Put
I didn't see your message until about 10 minutes ago or whatever when I was putting on my PJs, my underoos.
Your PJs, your underoos.
Yeah.
How do you sleep? What
Me?
do you wear? What do you wear when you go to bed?
Just boxers, boxer briefs, whatever. Yeah, I mean it depends if it gets colder. When it gets a little bit colder up here, like sleep pants, whatever.
Right.
I'm an old man.
I'll go shirt in the winter. I don't like the pants unless it's really fucking cold. But
well, it gets pretty cold up there. I mean, right?
Yeah, it does. And I also I live with a woman who'd never put on the heat if she could. So
yeah, I'm kind of the same way. My house is freezing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the house, it's fine.
63 degrees or something. I mean, not freezing, but it's cold. I think like 60, 62 or something like that to keep it. Because it's just me and the dogs.
I could do that. Look, the house is fine. The temperature, but my the apartment, it's like the exterior wall are windows. So, and they're not they're not like the greatest at insulating and stuff. So it gets really fucking cold over there. And I'm on the floor above the garage.
Oh yeah, so it must be really cold.
Yeah. So we insulated the floor, and it made a complete difference. But it was like, there were like certain things we wanted, and this was the way to do that. So
yeah, my house is the same way, where the room over the garage is super cold or super hot because they have weird building rules down here. At least they did. And I know nobody cares about this, but the garage is not insulated, and doesn't seem like the room above the garage is insulated either. It is fucking super cold. It's miserable. It's basically just a catch-all room where I keep a bunch of shit. But yeah, if people have to sleep there, they're always bitching.
Having been an apartment dweller for a long time, either rentals or buying an apartment and stuff, it was always like I always thought the idea of living on the top floor, I love that idea because there's nobody above you. But it's also the coldest fucking room. It's cold in the winter and hot in the summer. And so
yeah, I when I moved to North Carolina, it was kind of like a quick and hasty move, and I rented an apartment for a little bit, and I'll live in a fucking cardboard box before I ever live in an apartment again. I lived there for about 8 months before I bought this house, and I was like, because I wasn't sure where I wanted to live exactly in Charlotte. And I fucking hate it. It was just, I can't. There's no fucking way I could ever live in an apartment again. No way, man.
I've lived in a bunch of apartments, and I have to tell you, this by far is the best as far as noise and pains in the asses and stuff. But this one in New York, when you buy an apartment, there are co-ops, not condos, so it's like different. This is a condo, and so there's not a million rules, but there still is an HOA, and I sleep with the president, so stuff gets done.
All right.
Yeah, and it's
you have some influence here. Is that what you're saying? You have some political influence at
Boca
Vista or wherever it is you live.
But ever since the pandemic, our vice president, who's like a
sleeping with him,
little old woman, very nosy little old woman, she's here all the time. So anytime anything happens, no matter how small it is, she's on it getting it fixed.
Is this going to turn into a threesome story, Schmuel?
So stuff. No. Those days are long over.
All right, good.
I'm lucky it still works, let alone making it work with two women at the same time.
All right. There we go. That'll get the views. Schmuel sex talk. I like it.
Hey, it's funny, man. I noticed that Karmic stole my threesome story, so I was a little
Man, he's
annoyed at
still
that.
getting shit on by everybody. Like in the MLC chat, he was getting killed today. Like I haven't been paying attention too much on X or whatever because a few weeks ago, right, he was getting dogpiled, or last week by all the Clown Town fellas, and now on X, and he's getting killed in the chats, man. Why is everybody
Well,
so pissed at him again?
he's bringing it on himself. He's bringing, he went back to Minnesota, and
Yeah,
he's, everybody's fucking with me, and he's gonna kick everyone's ass, and blah blah blah. And so they're really, what they're doing is they're trolling him. I hate the word trolling because it doesn't really do what I want it to do, but they're egging him on to try to get him drinking, to get him more mad. I think they eventually want him to cry, right? But I was watching for a little while yesterday, or the day before, and he kept taking these little breaks, like, "Oh, I need a drink. I need this. I need that." And he would come back to the stream with way more energy than he left.
yeah, I've seen that rumor before that he's doing bumps or what. I don't think he is. I don't. I think he's more of an emotional break.
He's got to be mental, right? There's got to be.
Yeah, it could be just to take a break, from the beating or whatever. But I guess he blocks a bunch of people, right? Doesn't he block a bunch of people in the chat too?
I've rarely seen guys do that as much. He fights with his chat, and it's like, "Oh, fuck you," and then it's like a contest, like who can say something, and who can he block.
But it's got to be performative, right? Or it's got to just be looking for content.
I guess that's the $64,000 question.
Yeah, sorry, I'm looking at the chat. Frank, ask away. Frank wants to ask me a question. Sorry.
Oh my God.
Do you think? Oh, I know you get it, but no, I think
no. I was gonna say, Frank I've told him before. Just ask the question. Don't ask if you can ask. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a mere thing to do.
What were you gonna say? I'm sorry.
Oh no, the karmic stuff, like the emotional, like fighting with the chat and stuff, and getting that like angry about it. Like it's got to be performative. He's not really that pissed about it, or he's not gonna. I mean, that's.
I would argue that most people think that he really is, and that's what they find entertaining.
All right. Well, I'm back on Team Carmax. If everybody piling on him, I'm gonna go contrarian because I know everybody loves that word in this world too.
As evidenced by your appearance here, you have a fondness for losers. So what can we say?
With the smallest payroll, they're pretty decent. I mean, they've been pretty decent the last 10, 12 years or whatever. Whatever. They won the World Series in 2008, and they were in it a couple of years after that. What was it?
Are you going to tell us what the question is, or are you just going to talk about it? Hold on.
Me?
Who are you talking about baseball to? Or football or whatever?
Me? Oh, I was talking to... I thought you were talking to me because I was wearing a Rays like little hoodie or whatever. My fondness for losers. Or was that comment for somebody else?
I thought you meant... I'm sorry. Thought it was... No, it was for you. I was making a joke about you co-hosting with me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Sorry.
See, I was sorry. I was in the... So I see... Oh, that's a good question, Frank. I'm more of an AR guy, to be honest with you. Oh, you can pull that up. Sorry, I didn't see that one.
That was so. Cigarette Jones is asking you the AK.
Oh, that was Cigarette Jones. Yeah, I'm more of an AR guy, but I don't hate AKs. I think AKs are kind of unstoppable. I know AR guys will fight me on this. It really depends on what's going on and what part of the world you're in and what kind of ammo is available. But I'm an AR guy.
All right. Now, this is going to be Frank's question, which he's asked me thousands of times. Frank, Panhandler, Schmuel says he's a big free speech guy, but not when it comes to students who write op-eds or non-violently protest against Israel. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, so he's talking about the whole the UCL thing and the protest on the college for the pro-Palestine people? Yeah, I listen, my feeling on protests are pretty different. It's fine. Don't give a shit. Do it. But do not block roadways. Do not impede other people from doing their jobs. Do not impede the EMS or whomever, or people trying to get the doctor's office or shit like that. No, do write or say or protest wherever you want. Not in the middle of the roadway. I mean, in kind of designated areas or marches, or if you have some sort of fucking stupid permit from the city to do it in a certain area, protest away. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, and look, my thing was not that I'm against students protesting or whatever, but I am if you are a visitor to this country, right?
Right, if you're an illegal. Yeah, I mean, it does get a little
No,
bit.
if you whatever. I mean, if even like
Well, I guess where I was going with it was I do find it funny, like all the illegals protesting ICE or whatever, and then you're waving a Mexican flag, but you're protesting in this like I don't understand. Like I'm a big hate my government, love my country guy, so I know that's people find that hypocritical. So, but I just don't understand like all the Mexicans kind of. It was in California a few weeks ago or last month or whatever, and it's not all of them. I'm sorry, because who knows what the media is showing and what they're not. But that I do find that strange, and I do find the Palestinians strange. Burning the U.S. flag but carrying the Palestinian flag or whatever. I do just think it's an odd kind of move, but whatever.
well, my thing is if you're here on a student visa, right? Leave your politics in your country and get your education, and feel free to go back and do all the protesting you want there.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't, like I said, I don't care about Ukraine and Russia. Besides the women, there's not much I care about Russia or Ukraine about. And the Palestinians and the Israelis, they can bomb each other till the cows come home. I just want us to stop funding either side. That's my take on those two conflicts. But if I could get a 24, 25, 26-year-old blonde Ukrainian widow or two, need citizenship, hit me up, ladies.
Yeah,
what?
don't they get whatever? I was thinking that they probably just got citizenship anyway, but I have no idea.
No, for some reason no, I don't think they do. Not the Ukrainians.
But what about a blonde, I don't know, 35-year-old Ukrainian, gorgeous, and she's got a kid? You into that? Would you do that?
35 is usually my limit. But
are you serious?
Yeah, I usually date women much younger than I am. But the kid thing, I don't know. She'd have to be smoke show.
Yes, and
Panhandle. Frank was prompting you to shit on the Jews. It wasn't a good faith question. He's obsessed with Jews in Israel. All right.
Thanks.
I mean,
Mama, thank you so much for that. Yeah, we're aware.
I was not. I mean, I know he busts your balls about stuff, but I was not aware that's what he was going for. I mean, all right. I mean, I can see the people getting sick of just because of the Israeli government. I mean, I can see Jews catching some shrapnel from that. At least in the circles that I hang out with, I see it.
When you got the only democracy in the Middle East, it's tough,
I guess. I thought I saw Ashley say she doesn't have the link, or
you told me that. I just told her to go live on her stream.
Oh, okay.
Because you said you didn't want her on. You were going to.
I didn't say that. I said she wouldn't come on with me on. That's what I said. God damn it! You don't listen.
No, I did listen. Didn't you said? And I'm not.
I said I'll hop off because she won't come on if I'm on. But I'm not gonna run from any of these idiots.
Right. You didn't. We didn't get that thorough. I didn't really get that explanation. I thought you were just gonna hop off if she came on.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I wasn't clear.
All right.
My apologies.
And
my apologies, Schmuel.
All right. Do you want to? Hey, wait. So now she's in the chat, and I just told her to go live. Ashley, would you like to come on? And
I'm not 50 plus. I'm not even 50 yet, so I don't know if I qualify.
There we go.
And I don't need to. It's called a preference. But she's very bad with nuance, so I'm not surprised that was lost on her.
So I've told you this, right? I've been married 3 times, right? The first time was ridiculous because I was too young, and it was like wound up being an old eventually or whatever. I think we were together we're probably on the books married for a couple of years, but I think we were together probably like a month or so. So I don't even count that one. But my real first marriage, I'm trying to figure out how much younger my wife was than me. And it really wasn't intentional. I liked her, and I asked her on a date, and we started dating, and the next thing I know, I got married. And but I will tell you, without disclosing people's ages, I was 12 years older than her.
All right, good for you.
And that's about, I think that's at least where I am with Cookie. She might be a little bit younger. I always mess up her birth year.
Yeah,
So
why would you know your wife's birth year? That's a good point.
no, I know. Well, I know because I was fucking around with it. Because what was happening was I kept throwing in the wrong year to make her older, and joking around, and then the joke became me thinking that that was the actual year because I was doing it so much. You
That's
get
all right.
it?
Yeah, no, I don't listen to women talk about anything, so I'm being kind of a hypocrite. So
Oh, I am. What do you call it? I'm a huge fan of women talking.
yeah, yeah, I've seen you. Yeah, I
Oh,
won't. Even though you say my name 18 times a stream, I'm not going to dox how the whipped impression I get from you in person. So
well, I'm really only whipped by one, but
all right, that's fair.
that's it. But there are many reasons for that. But the most important one is I don't want to lose that relationship. So
Yeah.
there we go. And
Frank.
Cigarette Jones, Guru One, women don't exist on the internet. Um, so all right, and should I will check with
Yeah, you did. I'm going to ask for Frank is asking a question. Yes, that was an old picture. I was playing off of Chad's picture where he, posted something of 10, 12 years ago. And that was me and an ex from like even longer ago, 2007, 2008. That was a joke. Obviously, it was tongue in cheek, me saying that it was last night, Frank. But yes, that woman was absolutely beautiful. Back in the day. I have no idea now.
who is this? Who is this? Who is this?
When Chad posted a picture that he said it was him and his new girlfriend or whatever, and obviously it was an older picture, I found an older picture of me and an ex, and from probably 2007, 2008, and I just was joking around saying, yeah, this was me and my girl last night, and obviously I looked, fucking, I was a young man, so, and he was just asking about that picture. If it was really me, it was really me. Yes, that was really me.
You're a good-looking guy now. I imagine you were
No,
when
I'm
you were
not. But
younger
thank
too.
you. No, when I was younger, yeah, I did all right. I did all right for a poor white boy.
Yeah. No, it's I've always one of the things. Look, I've dated some ugly women, but one of the things is very, I've been mostly very lucky. So let's see what Mama B has to say. And this is Mama B, and
Yeah, I've never seen her in the chat before, so I
there
don't know.
was a Mama B who was on who was originally going after Dixon, so I don't know. Panhandler, do you agree with the idea the ultimate cucking is to be the father to a daughter since you're paying since you're paying
For a woman,
for a woman you'll never shut up.
No, I wouldn't agree with that. First question: do you know this chatter at all, or is it a guy pretending to be a girl?
No
or is
idea.
this
No idea.
An actual lady?
No idea.
No, I think that's a totally different dynamic of father and a daughter, Mama B or Mama B or however you want to pronounce it. No, that's definitely different.
And so let's see. Whoa. Chad's pick was definitely from the same era. Panhandler
That was the
posted.
joke.
Was that the black girl he was with?
No, I don't know if he took it down, but I'm sure somebody screen capped it or whatever. But it looked like it was from his Cleveland days, right? I mean, his face looked different, his hair looked different. I mean, he just looked younger. I mean, you could tell, even though it was, his pictures were he was at a bar or at a party or something like that. The lighting wasn't great. And I think he posted two, and I believe they were two different women. I don't even think it was the same women. So like the scam didn't
because he did post the one of him in a basketball shirt, and fucking Chow jumped in with like the autistic. That's the 2026 authorized season NBA shirt, and he wouldn't be wearing it. Mama B, it's the same username, Schmuel. You're one of the weirdos who claimed I was Felicia. I didn't claim you were Felicia. I thought you were Felicia. But I have had plenty of people, whatever. I do believe that there were a ton of Felicias at the time. And OG, you have the link if you'd like it. Rob Saul was with the black girl. No, Chad's girl, picture that Chad posted was she's African American.
You're talking about two different things, Schmuel. I think so. We're talking about two different things. Yes, I think Chad did post a while ago, either at a gig or something, of a nice African American woman. But this was different. This was
Right,
definitely
and that woman, that same woman, I do believe is the girl he's kissing in the picture he posted the other day.
And I believe you need to get your eyes checked.
Tell me that the girl in the picture is not African.
I didn't
Chad's
memorize
picture.
it.
And
No,
I didn't either. But I'm just wait. It looks like KB's face pasted on a lady's body. That's very funny. Very funny. And Mama, but just this Mama thing about claimed I was Felicia. We also thought you might be Stevie Lou. So I have tried to make a rapprochement to Stevie Lou. So
I don't see that. See, I'll have you on. I'll come on with you and Stevie, or you and Gino, and I'll broker a peace deal. I'll let you read the chat, then answer my sorry.
All right, Schmuel, I forgive and forget, but trust me, you said I was Felicia and repeated it on Dixon's show. Taz and Dixon think everyone who criticized him uses Felicia's name. I said I thought it was. I think they were the ones that, whatever. Anyway, I didn't think I was definite about it, but if you say I am, I believe you. And I did probably think that. But yeah, I was getting, but literally, you got to admit, she was all over the chat with Dixon's friends and stuff with alts and all that other shit.
This shit is getting out of hand with Pat and Felicia. I mean, I know it's been out of hand, but it's just gotta, like, they either fuck each other, unalive each other, or stop talking to each other or about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the back and forth, enough is enough. Like, why he keeps addressing everything she says is bananas to me.
Well, he's doing the karmic stuff and whatnot, and I have to tell you, I was tired of it too, but I'm tired of it because he's my friend more than anything else. But people are liking what he's doing now, and I was probably wrong in that.
Yeah, I mean, I do actually like the whole request bit and him playing music. I think it's a different angle or whatever, but I've been seeing people say, he's gaining traction and they like him and Mersh together. So like I said, I haven't been watching Mersh. I go back and forth on Mersh, and then he got all butthurt on me, at me on Twitter one day. I'm fuck you, man. Like, I was trying to support you before you got into the Dabbleverse, and now you're shit on me. He told me, get this, Schmuel, you'll never believe this. He said I have a bad attitude and I'm negative.
No shit. Huh?
I didn't know where that came from. That really got my feels.
That's funny. I think Mersh is one of those guys to me that he's talented, but he was so self-destructive. I stopped watching it.
But I mean, that's this whole world. I mean, that's MKE. That was Carmix when he was drinking, or at least that was the kind of the vibe he was giving off. Like, I mean, like, we want to watch these train wrecks and these dumpster fires or whatever for whatever reason.
Right. All right. I'm gonna do this address. What do I have to admit? There's much more proof Kumia is a pedo, and you refuse to be drawn on the matter. Exactly. That is exactly refusing to be drawn into the matter is 100%. Kumi's life doesn't affect me. I don't. If he did that, then there are places that are better places to go to than here, and me. And I'm not. I've said it. I said it earlier. I have Kumi muted on Twitter. Nice guy when you meet him in person. What else can I say?
Why do you have Kumi muted?
Because I can't stand the racist tweets. It's just too fucking much. And it's the same thing with Missy. Missy's always been very. I haven't met her a lot, but she's always been very kind, and she's very attractive. But it's the same fucking racist, anti-Jewish bullshit, all over and over again. And then it's like with Missy, I thought it was a troll in the beginning, and then I realized it's not. But like her whole big thing about the way she talks about minorities and whatnot, and then every Sunday it's like, go to church. You need to go to church. And her, she's really proud. She got some leather-bound Catholic Bible, as if that's even a real thing. Fuck that.
All right.
And
Just asking.
and Guru was salty. I blocked him. Many such cases. My, Frank, this is part of the deal, man. I like Frank. Frank is an
He's a
interesting.
shit stir. Yeah,
He's an interesting chatter
agreed.
and whatnot. But I do this show, so the reason why I'm doing, one of there's a million reasons, and if you ask me tomorrow, I'll tell you a different reason. But one of the things is I don't want to be drawn into. I don't have to pick sides, right? Liking Pat doesn't mean I have to hate Gino, or like Kumia or bow before anyone. I am what I am. So I'm being all these accounts based on a hunch. Yet can't bring yourself to face the music about Kumia. That's your prerogative. They're two completely different things. First of all, and Kumia is not in my universe. Felicia is. So, and there you go. And Felicia's actions have affected my friend. So that's it. I mean, if you had a personal involvement, I get it. And there you go. Guru One, being pro-Palestine doesn't mean anti-Jew. Sure plays out that way, but it's not about being pro-Palestine. Everybody should be pro-Palestine. Be pro everybody. But I'm not gonna. I can get in on it, but I won't. Speaking of pro-Palestine and whatnot, I'll be doing Hughesy's show on Saturday at 3:00 with Mr. Schmuel. So we'll be on there. So I'll get to it. That's the first time I've gotten a stream with Schmuel. I'm really looking forward to it.
What's Equal doing? He has something. The anti-Schmuel show tomorrow. What is that? I saw the thumbnail.
I don't know. I did get a text.
That was a pretty good thumbnail.
I did get a text from what's her name, Ashley, saying that Nick. I guess Nick is on the show. Nick wanted her to come on and shit on me, and I told her she's like, I'm gonna be okay. I'm gonna be nice or something. I'm like, no, just do what you want to do. Just do what you do.
Who, Ashley?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can trust her what she's gonna say, and she's not
I
gonna be
don't
emotional.
care.
It'll take like 5 seconds, and then she'll lose her shit.
But I don't
Very
care.
reactive.
Say what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, I don't
Man,
care
I
either,
don't
yeah.
care. I don't care. Ashley's gonna be going live in a few minutes, and
the way Rochi is slow trolling her it's almost winning me over with that stupid Brit.
so here's the question, right? Is it a slow troll or
100%. Why does he bring up the horses every fucking conversation, and she still doesn't get it because she thinks he's on his side? I mean,
But it
whatever.
was the first time that she talked about the horses without losing her fucking mind, right?
I guess. I'm just saying it's funny. Reap what you sow, bitch. Reap what you sow.
Hold on a second. Ashley's killing me here.
Yeah,
This
she's
is
a fucking
part,
idiot.
and she's not killing me because she's doing anything. She's killing me because she's on the West Coast. So it's like it's 3 hours earlier.
Just
and,
block her phone number, man. You'll be a lot happier.
We don't really talk that much. So I don't talk to her on the phone. I just chat back and forth, and it's not nearly as often as you might think. So
Yeah, Mama B, I got yelled at on X for giving away the bit. I mean, everybody knows the bit, but Ashley. I don't think I'm giving away any secrets.
look, and if she doesn't know the bet, then that's
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I don't give a shit. Now I want to watch her burn because she's so cunty to me. So now I'm fine. I'm done trying to help, but I'm just amazed by the stupidity, especially somebody. What did she say? Her IQ's 182 or some bullshit. She's functionally retarded. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I talked to Eckel today, and I did not want to get into. I wouldn't talk about Rochi at all. I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
I thought they did a good show. Because it's like
He's always busting your balls. Why don't you give it back to him?
if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on stream.
Right.
Right. And we were chatting. But the other thing too is, I don't know whether it's a slow troll or not. I can't, I'm not figuring it out. I know. Look, this all signs point to it being a slow troll, but it was also the first time that I saw Ashley talk about the horse thing and not lose her mind. And look, the deal is that
Well, was she sober? I mean, that's
maybe
probably
this
why.
is good practice, you know? Maybe a
Right.
guy like Rochi and getting slow trolled by Rochi. But I think everybody's slow trolling her, right? I thought
Sure.
that Dan from Nice Podcast was slow trolling her.
Yes, of course.
But
Ashley's the only one that doesn't know she's being controlled, and I guess that's what makes her brilliant.
Would I have I don't think I've given Ashley too much advice, but what I've said to Ashley is assume you're being trolled 100% of the time. So, and even me, I said, assume that I'm trolling you, everyone, and only give out the information you want to give out. And my thing with her is I think that she tends to over explain like she's having a conversation with logical people, and they're just trying to use the info against her.
The thing is, she's a terrible listener and she's stupid. That's a bad combination. Period. The end. That's a summation that I'm going to give.
I disagree that she's stupid. I think
Okay.
I think the problem that if anything she might be too smart. I know it's not the right word.
Oh my God.
But
Stop.
she's looking for an intellectual solution where one doesn't exist.
All right. We shall agree to disagree.
All right.
You know?
All right. But I did. It's so funny that I went through this whole show saying like, oh, I don't want to be shitting on people.
You're not shitting. You defend everybody except my boy Gino.
Well, he deserves it. So
I like Gino.
There you go. And who is Frank 2? Is that somebody that you know, or
it's probably somebody trolling me. Who knows? Anybody who says
put it
that
up.
They like me is trolling me. So it's
No, this
probably
guy says,
me.
I hope Panhandler doesn't think I'm trolling him. I like him a lot. It makes more sense than probably everyone.
Well, thank you if you're being sincere. I appreciate it.
Mama B, Ashley having an online presence in this space will not end well. That was predictable from day one. I'm going to save her, Mama B. I'm going to save her. If only
you're not. You're not.
She would take my advice.
You're not. Nothing's going to save her.
You know, and I assumed that Frank 2 is Frank. I'm assuming that that he probably got timed out for doing something in the chat, and we just came back as Frank 2. So, oh, it's me. I use that when people. You know what I do when people block me? I don't watch.
I know. I've been being blocked a lot in YouTube chats and on X by certain people in the Dabbleverse, and it is funny to me.
Well, Karmic has me blocked, right? And then I went in one day. I got a free membership for a month, and I went in and I just put in the chat, "Hey, can anybody see this?" And everybody was like, "Hey, Schmuel, hey, Schmuel," and Mr. Bugman was, "Wait, I'm the real Schmuel. Why are you here?" But they saw me, and then the other night he was doing one of the feeling sorry for himself things, and I put shit in the chat, and nobody saw it. And I'm like, oh, well, I'm blocked. And you can't tell if you're blocked or
not.
not.
Unless somebody replies to the person that's blocked you, or they super chat is really the only way you're going to see
it. Guru One has me blocked, and we see each other's chats on screen of 4 different shows a day.
How can anybody block the great Sam Bibley? That host.
Sam is great. I believe it was Sam that gave me the advice to let the Ava and Nick thing play out the other night, and
it was me. It's in the private chat, you jackass. I mean,
no. There was also a DM on Twitter, which I saw before you did.
I can't get credit for it. This is why I stick with KB. He respects my creativity.
Yeah, he did. But in any event, yes, I did see yours. I saw his and I saw yours, and then I was like, I did not want it to get chaotic. I don't like chaos. I didn't want to have it happen. And then when I remembered that we could use the timer, I was like, okay, then that'll work. Then at the very least, if it gets nuts, we can put an end to it.
Yeah, that 10 minutes went on for 3 hours, man.
Right. But the 10 minutes was, it changed it, right? It moved it. We got a respectful conversation about it. We didn't just get the two of them yelling at each other. And that's not what I wanted.
I like Ava, and I like her a lot, but she is a dog with a bone. Oh, no, he doesn't. He'll never put me on again. He'll never put me on again. So it's all right. I've been a fan for a long time. I was on once. No, he won't ever put me on again.
come on my
Again,
stream on a Saturday night. He's going to be sending you that link.
no, he just had me to stick it to Ashley, which is, again, I'm not that entertaining enough to be on KB's show. But
You were really good. You were really good on that show. I mean, seriously.
thank you. But as a longtime fan, it was a fun little bucket list thing or whatever. So I'm not mad at it, but I'm still going to harass KB in the chats and the super chats, like I always have.
You know that. Look, we talked about that earlier, and this is part of the panhandler. I'm sorry, the beloved chatter post is that for a lot of these guys, it's like it's not to their benefit to have you on because you're a super chatter. So if you're on their show, then you're not going to be super chatting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's the only reason. I mean, KB does like really useful idiots and people that are going to be super reactive, and people are going to shit. But I think people would shit on me in super chats. But as far as making fools of themselves, like MKE or fucking Carmax or the other Ray, yeah, that's the people he wants on for sure. He doesn't want kind of quote unquote normies on, or as normy as people get in this universe anyway.
And Mama B, blocking isn't an offense. It makes chats less boring by blocking the tiresome fanatics. Yeah, if it is the tiresome fanatics that are being blocked, I 100% agree. But if it's somebody who just challenges you and does it respectfully, I don't have a problem with that. So, Panhandler, you were good on the show. You brought conflict, but not retardation.
All right, this
That's
woman's
rare.
definitely trolling me. Thank you again. If you're sincere, I appreciate it. No, I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. Like I said, it was I've been a fan of Kevin for a long time, and never thought I'd be on any of his shows or whatever. Like I said on the show, he fucking dicked me over when we were supposed to meet up in AC, and so it was good just to be on the show. It was fun. It was a good time. It's no Schmuel Buckman hour.
How did he dick you over with the
Because we talked offline. We're gonna meet up and talk because we've never met in person. And then he lost his shit on Grant, right? So he was only down by the lobby bar for a little bit. It seemed like only 5 minutes, if that. When he first got there on Saturday night, was it? Or was it Friday night? I don't even remember which night it was. And then he's like, come up to my room. I'm going to send Stevie to get you. And I was just like, fuck you, man. Like, you couldn't hang around 1 second to fucking shake hands and meet, like, grown man. Now I have to run this labyrinth to come up and meet you. I'm not doing that shit. Like, you're not going to fucking big time me like that. So I was pissed. Maybe I was being a little bitch, but whatever. So I was pissed for a while.
So essentially you could have gone upstairs, but you chose not to. Is that?
Yeah, I could have if I would have, again, I didn't want to do his elaborate labyrinth to go up there and meet Stevie and do the hokey pokey and solve a Rubik's Cube and, have a certain Pokemon card. I didn't want to do all that shit. Like, just meet like a human being, like a regular man, like a regular guy. Hey, I'll be here in 5 minutes. All right. See you then.
My comment about him, like,
I mean, it's not like he's Brad Pitt. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he's going to, all the paparazzi are going to be around. Nobody knows who the fuck he is.
So what do you call it though? My thing about KB is it's weird because that what I picked up in Atlantic City is it's like 1 minute he's fun and he's comedic and he's charming even, and then the next minute he's a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me when I snapped. I mean, that's why I think I relate to him, right? Like, there's no fuse. It just 0 to 100 in a second. Very low emotional intelligence, which I think I have too, and it just very with anger and rage, it just happens, and that's why I think that's what attracts me to him, or attracted me to him in his show, even though he wasn't as crazy back in the day, or wasn't as. I mean, he was angry, but it was just. I think he was different, even in the Burning Bridges era. He was a little bit different, than
right?
He is now.
Yeah, and everybody except Dave Sauer notices that. That he was different back in that day. Dave was like, no, this has been going on forever. Sarah's been following him since he started doing Burning Bridges, on the other 2 or 3 podcast networks that he managed it.
Yeah, no, I know Dave's a super fan.
And Mama B, beloved chatter, accurately expects to be assaulted at some point around his audience in real life. Plus, he's obsessed with men's heights. He's in awe of your stature. He probably also has a crush on you.
Oh, she's talking about Beloved Chatter. Beloved Chatter is a Jimmy bastard, and that's why
Oh,
he's
there we go.
my
I didn't
nemesis.
I didn't see BC was on here. Kevin is afraid of everyone. He was skittish around me the last time I met him. But that's the thing, though. Like, so in Atlantic City, he's in the poker room.
Yeah, I was sitting at
And
the table next to him. Yeah.
he's like holding court. I walk through the thing and he's yelling my name, right? And he's like, Schmuel, what a great fucking name. Nobody's ever going to forget that. And he's like, funny and everything else. And then I walk away, and it was moments later that he was flipping the tables over and yelling at the dealer, you know? So I don't know, man. Sounds like he's got a couple of issues.
Beloved Chatter's chat. This guy's always got to be contrarian to me.
I listen to old MLC episodes in the shower, trying to get us excited. KB used to be much milder, and he admits as much. Yeah. See, I honestly didn't really start seeing his stuff until, other than I saw some stand up when I was out, but it was the Compound when he was doing Compound, and then when he left Compound, and I thought the whole thing about him and the money at Compound was like he got insulted. E-Rock insulted him, and I understand why he was insulted, and I would be insulted too. But I would have said something to E-Rock. It's not like that was my thing with Kevin in the beginning. Is it's like, oh, why did you wait to come on stream? Like, why did you do that here? Why didn't you do that back there?
I don't even think it was the whole $100. Like $100 makes a difference to Kevin. I think it was more the personal issues he had with Keith and a couple other people at Compound. I mean, I'm sure the $100 didn't help
by that time.
But Kevin holds on to stuff. I mean, he never forgets a grudge. Again, another reason why he'll never forgives anybody, never forget type thing. So yeah, I do think some of the personal interactions. The $100 is just a fucking lame excuse as far as I'm concerned.
No, I don't think it's the. Yeah, so frankly, I don't think it was the amount of the actual dollar amount is what it was, but I think he was not giving the respect that he wanted to get. And that's what it was, and that's what it was about. But the other thing is, he never asked for more, and that's why he started paying guests, was because Kumia wasn't paying them. That was what started this whole thing.
Maybe, like I said, you know better than I. I don't know what he asked for and what he didn't ask for. I'm just saying, you're probably right. It does have something to do with respect. It's just frustrating as fans because him and Kumio and him and Gino are good. Even now, when you see him and Gino, and I know you have a problem with Gino, him and Gino are good together. Kevin legitimately likes Gino. Kevin only really goes after people he really likes, like when the whole him and Bob thing fell out. I mean, they were actually friends, and I think Kevin was sincerely hurt about the fallout. Excuse me, hurt because of the fallout, and he lashed out. And same with Gino, but Gino makes him laugh. I mean, you can see when Kevin's almost human, it's almost his best. Like not completely normal, but when he lets a little bit of the human side show through, like a little drunk KB when he's laughing and stuff. That's kind of my favorite Kevin. So
yeah, I just I don't know. I'm like watching. Part of it's not my thing even about Kevin, but it's like watching co-hosts just get beat up on, and just taking it. I don't know. I put myself in that position, and I'm like, there's no way I would do this for $100. Like I wouldn't sell out my dignity for that. And certainly wouldn't do it for free, but I wouldn't do it for that. But anyway, after my appearance on MLC, he blocked me everywhere. So, because I was getting you used to get the white guy comedy tweets, right?
Yeah.
And then I wasn't getting them. And then I saw one with his name in it. And when I went to respond, I found out I was blocked. And he actually unsubbed from the channel, which was pretty funny.
Oh, from your channel?
Yeah, because that was one of the things I said to him. He's like, he was, nobody would ever watch you. Who would do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, you're a subscriber, so there must be some, and it was very funny. And he got, that's part of, he got very annoyed with me. and he got off
Well, like
because
I
I was
said,
supposed to have a beef with Liam and Karmic, and I got to talk to Liam, but a little bit. But then Kevin was telling Liam to shut up. So
I don't know. Liam was shitting on you pretty good in the chat, and I'm no Liam fan today. He was going after you about your hater's favorite insult to go out after about the Charlize Theron bullshit.
oh yeah. Whatever. I mean, but look, if that's all you got, it's all you got, right? Like, I don't know. The thing is, I've always said Liam was a good writer, and he's he's a talented guy.
You got to stop. You say everybody's
But
talented.
I
Liam's
don't
not.
find
He's
him particular.
40
I don't say
something.
everybody is talented, but I'm saying he is. And I've listened to some of his stand up and some of his other stuff, but he just he loses me. Like the whole like trolling Ray thing, and then this stuff where I hear that like he then starts DMing the girls that were on shows with him, stuff like that. So there you go. And that's it.
All right.
I think the only woman that I've actually DM'd.
But you're also married, dude. So I think that's different. I mean, I've DM'd plenty of women or plenty of other people. I mean, I think it's different if you're married and you're a good husband and you're faithful, that you're not DMing, single women or other married women in this world. Like, I do think it's a different perspective, and I don't want to really defend Liam, but
Right. But I'm saying, how do you do it? Like, if you DM somebody, you're gonna
I say, let's fuck. No, it's not. I mean, I don't even know.
but it's not gonna be like oh yeah, you were fantastic on the show, and I'd really like to get you into a club, and
Oh no.
blah blah blah, when you're
No.
really just trying to get in their pants. I mean, that's like, I think you're gonna approach it. They're gonna not there. It's not gonna be you sliding in their DMs for some helpful reason. You're in there because you're attracted, and that's what.
Yeah, I'm trying to fuck them. Right. I mean, everybody knows that. I'm a fucking dog, or trying to be, or holding on to it.
Right.
Fucking
And
white knuckling with the last semi good years I've left, 100%.
so when I'm right, and Super Love Chatter, right? He says I've DM'd 1,000 Dabbleverse respectfully for the most part. I'm not saying that
I think he's being sarcastic.
yeah, but I'm also not. What do you call it? No, I think he's being. Let's assume he's being honest. It's not the same. Like if you're DMing a Dabbleverse, right, looking to hook up in some sort, or meet or talk or something like that, that's one thing. But if you were sending them, DMs like, oh, Susie, I saw you in MLC and you were looking for a job, and my cousin is an executive at
Yeah, if you're trying to Harvey Weinstein the situation, right?
And yeah, so that was my thing. All right, I think we need to wrap it up.
All right.
And I want to send everyone over. I can't. You need 1,000 subs in order to raid, but I cannot. So I cannot do that. But I want to pull up your girlfriend's show.
Frank, you're completely wrong. Frank, you're completely wrong.
What?
He said, Frank, trying to talk to women on the internet is pointless. Men approaching women in the real world is at an all-time low. It's a lot easier now to get a lady. No, it's not. The real world, you get close to getting fucking pepper sprayed at this point. Approaching women now is not easy as they're making it say or whatever. And I don't know if Frank's in the manosphere, that's where he's getting his stuff from. But trust me, as a guy who does it on the daily, I'm barely hitting above the Mendoza line.
But the Mendoza line is about the right number.
For regular men, yeah, probably. Not for me.
I mean, before I married the cookie, I was like, it was a thing. Like I was looking for, I wanted a girlfriend, and I was out there and I was doing it.
100%. I wouldn't go looking for a girlfriend, but you see an attractive woman, you try and talk to her. I mean, it's such a weird thing to me. Like, the worst thing they can say is no, right? Well, you weren't going to go out with her anyway, so you really there's nothing lost. Like I don't get men that don't approach women or whatever. There's nothing to be lost there because they'll say no, and you weren't going to have a date with her anyway, so nothing is lost except a couple of seconds conversation or whatever. So
Yeah, and look, whatever. And there's a lot. I think there's a lot of guys that are just like, it takes they have to muster up the courage, and when they get turned down, they take it to heart.
I mean,
You
it doesn't
know?
feel good, even for somebody with confidence. It doesn't feel good, but yeah, who gives a shit? I mean, whatever.
But it's right. But it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good for 10 minutes, and you walk away,
Right, and then you forget
and
about it.
you're not
Or
thinking
you're
about
rejected by somebody else by then. So
it. Right, and then you go on and you get rejected
Rejected by
again,
somebody
and then
else, right.
eventually somebody says yes. But I mean, I think that's what I see with these guys is they're so hurt because they got rejected once that they're afraid to make the approach again. You know?
I guess. I mean, the younger generation seems lost.
Well,
But like you said, you're wrapping it up. So,
but they've also been but the other thing too is that these guys have been whipped into submission, right? You know, I can't imagine what it's like to grow up as a boy now, and you
the
know,
whole
it's
Me
like
Too and the feminist movement, they ruined
well,
this
you know,
young men.
I think look, the feminist movement was great, but what do you call it? I I I just this other thing of like you're a piece of shit because you're doing what you want to do. I preferred panhandling who was just a cunt. I
I don't
don't
think I'm
like
being
this phone.
vulnerable. I think I'm just being honest. But yeah, I'm still a cunt. Don't worry, you half a euro or whatever you are. I don't even know what he is. Right? Isn't he an English guy in Australia?
No, he's born. I think he's born and raised in Australia.
All right. Well,
Yeah. It's weird. I never knew that he drew people's ire until today. And
whose ire does he have?
I was in some a thread off the
Oh, okay.
excuse me off the Dabbleverse and off whatever, and I mentioned the Aussie guy, and it was somebody in there was just really like, you don't know about him and you don't know, and I was just like, I don't want to know, you know. It's
Him
like,
and EQ or UQ, however you say it, the stupid pineapple, they're pretty good together actually. For Euros or whatever they are, for not Americans, they're pretty good.
yeah, not Americans are not the what do you call it? When you got guys called Karmic raving about him being an American, I just find that an embarrassment, you know. And so there you go. In any event, guys, it has been a blast. And I hate to disappoint the 23 people that are in here.
Who
now
were you trying to
22.
raid? I don't even know who you were trying to raid. Who were you?
Oh, I'm gonna post it again. Your girlfriend and mine, Ms. Ashley Cummings, is
I
live.
don't know. I'll go over
And
there and
I
I'll go over there and get blocked.
I just posted her link here. So if 4 or 5 of you went over, I think that would be fantastic. We need to show Ashley the love
You don't.
and
You don't. But I'm going to go over there and cause shit.
find out if she is being slow trolled, where I really think Rochi's trying to help her.
Stop. You got to stop. You
become a
have to
streamer.
stop. You have to. You're such a dick.
Why do you always
Because you're
impugn
trying to
the
get me all
motives
fired
of
up now.
everyone? You're
Right, 'cause
constantly
everybody's not-
impugning people's motives.
Right, because everybody's a fuck in this world.
I don't know, man. I sent Dave a what's the word I'm looking for? Not
crank
Dave,
shot.
Nick. I'm getting tired. I'm starting to mix up my things. But I sent when Nick came on and Nick started streaming, he was getting shit on. And I sent him a thing like I really liked him. I thought he was good at it. And he's 100% convinced that that was a troll. And so there you go. All right, Dave is going live. Dave told me he was going live. I never intended to be on for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Mama B, Schmuel, what's your email address for everyone? My email address is buckman@buckmanpod.com.
Start putting it in the show description, you fucking asshole. I don't know how many times I have to tell you, do something with the show descriptions.
I know I'm supposed to do something. I Panhandler. It's like, to be honest, I find myself thinking about the show, and I'm so busy in other areas that by the time I get to sit down, like to do it, it's time for me to stream. So this weekend, Mrs. B is away. I have the house to myself. I plan on devoting some time to that.
All right.
So, but
Well,
I gotta
are you
make
going to tease what you have for Saturday? Your post or your pre-Clowntown show?
I gotta. So Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. I will be on.
Oh, you
with
said you're
Husey
and Schmuel.
and Shuley, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, that should
And
get some
then
views just for Shuli alone.
Saturday night, at I guess about 11, we'll do the backyard stream. But I don't usually have anything planned for that. That tends to be all about the co-hosts. So I guess I should start checking and seeing who wants to do it, and hopefully you'll be there. And Saturday night hot tub stream. The hot tub stream is going to happen probably in October.
Are you really going to do one? Shut the fuck up.
I don't know. I'm debating it, but I won't be shirtless. So
Oh, come on.
You
gotta go 100%, brother.
I'm all fucking scarred up. So
I'll come on shirtless too.
I'll
come on shirtless.
And look, let me tell you something. There's nothing more disgusting than looking like at a 60-year-old man's body in the mirror. So I can't imagine what it looks like on camera. And
I'm 50 and I look pretty good, man.
Yeah, I did too until you have to. We'll talk about it on Saturday night. Saturday night we'll talk about it. That what happens with your body is at certain ages, it just changes, and it's like as you get old, it just falls off a cliff, and they can pinpoint it to like within a year or two. And Cigarette Jones yell at the neighbors. By the way, I did get yelled at. Not yelled at. I did have a neighbor did talk to Cookie about my being out in the backyard very late at night. But they started off with, "Is everything okay with you guys?" So Cookie basically told them to go fuck themselves. In any event, that's it. Panhandler, thanks for coming on, dude.
Yeah, sorry. Again, I was out. I didn't know you wanted me on since I was on Tuesday or whatever.
It's fine. I have to learn how to do. I have to learn how to do solo streams. So being forced to do it is like Ashley going on with Rochi. You face the tough circumstances and you learn from them.
All right, man.
Good night, guys. Everybody, thanks.
Good night, fuckers.
And just hang on 1 second. I'm going to end the broadcast. Mama B, Buckman at buckmanpod.com for everybody else. And we have the other thing that's in the planning, and I'll probably do it in a week or so. I haven't figured out yet how to do Patreon for free or like for $1. I don't know what the minimum is, but I want to do a Patreon and then do for those people I want to have a call-in show. So I got the phone number, figured out how to do the software and that. So it should be fun to take some calls from chatters. So there we go. Have a great night. You hang on a second, Panhandler.